Good day. Whoa, it's black. There's raid. There we go. Hello, hello. How are we all doing? How is everyone's day going? Oh. We got a day ahead of us today. We have got to do Hydra. And I'll be honest, I don't want to be doing it tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing it today. That's the plan. I don't know if I feel well rested. Honestly, I haven't been sleeping amazing, but there we are. Yes, I will do, Dimitri. Very, very sad times. Even though it's horrible, it's one of those things you can kind of prepare yourself mentally for it, but it sounds horrible. I couldn't endure it. I'm thankful my cat is only 7 or 6, so plenty of years left. But I will pass it along. Well, it's only Diet Coke. It's not really a cold one, but... would you like to answer the amount of scrolling we have to do in the mailbox? I know I need to add filters for it. You might find... Should I become Simon Leaks today? Oh, maybe. It's tempting. I could become Simon Leaks today. Let's just say something is coming to the optimizer. You'll be excited about it. Something very good. Hey, G-String. So we have a prism system. Many cool things. I can't leak. I'm not Simon Leaks. That's the problem. I'm bound by NDAs. Fiction would fire me if I leaked information. Did I post the artifact priority stat list? No. For a very good reason. Am I going for Kaimar? Why is this song sounding stuck? Honestly, I'm going for champion chase points more than anything else. I prefer glide card, if I'm being honest. I'd prefer glide card. I feel like I've given up on Kaimar. But I am doing the fusion for some crazy goddamn reason. I don't know why. Oh, the 40. Shayak. Annoyingly today, though, because of the dungeon divers and how important dungeon divers will be because it'll have the prism crystals, everything is kind of on hold. I'm not doing the Fire Knight tournament. I'm not doing the Spider tournament. I'll do it all tomorrow. We need to do artifact enhancement today, but that's fine. We'll probably get to that when we're doing Hydra Clash, as they say. So the goal today, I haven't looked at how well we're doing. We're pretty competitive. This is good, actually. We've got a chance here. I do worry about auxiliary. Whoa, we got a new Pikachu, look. Pulling out an 8 billion there with the really big pulls there. We've got a good chance of coming first or second. So that's great. I do worry that auxiliary's got a lot in their back burner, though. I know how good they are. Theodore's quite good. Hey, brother, 18 months. Has it been that long? That's crazy. Yeah, we need to figure out an epic spider team, actually. Let's have a look. Let's do that first. Then we'll do a little bit of live arena, and then we'll do Hydra Clash. So there's epic spider. Now, the way you always do these, you go to spider 20. Now, I did try this. This did not work. This did not work. My royal guards... Give me a moment. We're back. I apologize. Had to take that call. Scheduling challenges. Scheduling. Yeah, so my problem here is Royal Guard's a little bit fast. He's like 150, he's like 254 speed. Now I could just rebuild Royal Guard. That's probably the easiest way, really, is to go in here and go Royal Guard and just like switch it around a bit. At the moment he's built for like Hydra, but we don't really use him in Hydra, so we could just put him into crit damage like so. That's crit rate. I wanted crit damage. Do I have a reflex crit damage gloves? I do not. Do I have it in someone else who's wearing it? That doesn't need it. Well, we could take it off Pinky, but we don't really want to do that. It's not ideal. Why is he in defense percent? Let's see. Let's go crit damage in Immortal. Apparently not. There we go. Okay, what about Cruel? Oh, can we just pick crit damage in any set? I don't really care at this point. Crit damage in any set. Why have I got so many crit damage gloves in Relentless? It's kind of nuts, really. It's quite good. I mean, the other thing we're going to have to do is switch out the crit rate, so... Let's take this away for a second. I really don't want to have to re-gear him, but it's probably the best way. I have a fair amount, Kingston. Why have I given up on Kaima? Because I've been trying to go for Kaima for about 4 years, and every time I go for a ×10, I don't get Kaima. I've given up. In my mentality now, if I don't try to get Kaima, I'll get Kaima. That's where I'm like. That's where I'm at. Oh, I don't want to have to rebuild Royal Guard. Do I have another Royal Guard, maybe? I'm sure I do. Oh, I wonder if he's built better. Oh, he's built better. So maybe we just go Royal Guard, Royal Guard. Husk. Husk. That one's not so well built. Oh, Husks are blimmin' negative affinity, so we can't use Husks. It's annoying. See, we just need a little bit more. This is not the team for it. It's gonna heal. Alright, well, this is not the team. You've got to use Epic only. So we have to use epics that are not ideally, what is it, spirit. So spirit is weak to force, so basically this is our pool. I mean, we've got a lot of options. It's just trying to find something that's going to do enough damage to make it quick. mean, we could throw a Seeker in there. Can use one of our Whispers as well, maybe, the slower one. This one. See how it goes. The issue is one of them's a bit too fast, but I just can't bother to re-gear him. It is so hard to get some good damage out of these. Not gonna lie. Like, this is the problem with Whisper. When you don't have the enemy max HP cap, nothing can compete with max HP when you don't have the max HP cap. So Whisper, even though Whisper's a strong damage dealer, she's got nothing on it when it comes to these guys. So we need another, like, enemy max HP. I'm going to have to bring in another Royal Guard, but I don't have a Royal Guard. Or make the other Royal Guard do more damage. It got rebuilt, though. Oh, the music's really loud, isn't it? We could use a Seer. Yeah, that's a good shout. Thank you, John. That's a great shout. We could just, like... How fast is my Laberga now? Might be fast enough. Might not be. Where is she? Oof, just. So it's good. Is it going to be enough? I don't know if it's going to be enough. You know, it's not enough. It's really hard to get the damage out here. Max HP damage isn't capped, yeah. It's not. Max HP is not capped at 20, so it's fine. But 21 would be bad. 21 would be bad because it would cap it. She's trying to get enough damage out, you know? I mean, Hex maybe. Will Hex work? I mean, it's 2%. I don't know how much Hex will do. We could try throwing in an Akimtum. I don't know over who, though. It would have to be over Seer. I don't think this is going to be better. We'd have to drop that then for something a little bit more. Are we really stacking up any debuffs? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it's not about whether I can kill it or not, it's whether or not I can kill it efficiently. That did a bit more. How much can this do? See, it's not enough. Hex is helping, but it's not enough damage. It's who takes the last spot, you know? Maybe I just can't. I don't know if I can just like one. I don't think I can one-shot it, unfortunately. I'd need another enemy max HP. Probably finish off with Geo, maybe. Yeah, I might bring a Nia. Try that in a moment. See, when just need a reset, I think. I might try Nia. I probably should have A3 there, if I'm being honest. Alright, this is working. It's just slow. Might try a Nia reset. How much is Arkham doing? Oh, he's doing a lot. Oof. Okay, let's try taking this out. Let's try a Nia. But we need to reset him. So put a Hex out. Ideally, we'd like make him slower, but it's just fine. Go slow. That's a bit of annoying. She's too fast. It's fine. We can put ally protection out the first hit. It's not a problem. It's whether or not we get back around to this other dude in time. So we'd reset that. Drop. Boost that. Oh, see, the problem with White Draenei, she's 3-turn cooldown. She only reduces it by 2 turn, and these Royal Guards are 1 turn, so it's not enough. It's the problem with White Draenei. It's the same problem I have with Newt. She's not dropping it by enough turns. So you always have to wait an extra turn. Which is, unfortunately, why this is not going to work now, because now we've got to reset at least. Husk's negative affinity. Actually, this boss is gonna die. There we go. Okay. What about... Yeah, single target. Which one's belts? Do I not have any speed boots and bolster? Okay. What about perception? Excellent. What are we up to now? 221. Probably need a bit more speed. Speed. Surely I have a speed boost bolster here. Wow, I don't... Who is wearing all my speed bolster chests? It's crazy. They needs to be faster than my... Nice. 25 is less energy efficient. There's a reason why I want to do 20. It's more energy efficient. I might not burn out anymore. I'm in the middle. Wow, we missed Duke's defense. That's awesome. Really feel good about life. Well, Mordecai's dead. I thought I had another max HP nuke there. It's annoying. I can probably just kill it fast with burns, to be honest. I probably don't need any max HP. If I just live and cleanse through burns, it's probably fine. So if I drop one of the Royal Guards, which one's the fastest one? You. So if I drop you, keep you, put you in here. Let's get a, like... Who's good at decreasing? I could put Folger in, maybe. Don't really need decreased turn meter, though. She's still got speed gear. Probably not. Oh, that's a good strategy. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. Well, don't worry. We'll figure this out. I don't really want to do this, though, because if I freeze, I don't get Geo's passive. Which is kind of the point. Now, this is great. If I just do this, I'll probably survive. I don't even need the Royal Guard. It's probably quicker just to HP burn, actually, I think. Just have like a survival team. And use Geo to do that. I'm sure I can build a one-shot strategy if I had like 4 roll guards, but I mean, I feel like I just drop the roll guard, bring in some healing or something. It's epic only. I got Secret Area or something. Maybe that's not the right idea. Who would be a good healer here? God, Secret Area is not bad. We can also bring this, which makes it much easier. It's like if we set up a team here. That, and then we find Aox, and we basically say open, don't use, first, don't use, first, see how this looks. Full auto. It's not a problem because both my burners here don't attack. It doesn't really matter if they attack me because I'll heal. It ain't quick, but it does it. I don't think it's worth doing stage 10, to be honest, because you have to do so many runs to get it done. This works great. Yeah, I can try optimize it a little bit further by turning off this. Don't use. Like so. Yeah, it's faster. Yeah, but 20 is going to give me better silver gains than 10. Like, 20 is still better than 10. For sure. I know it's got bugged odds, but 20 is still better than 10. Like, Queen's never taken a turn. It's pretty good. 20 is fine here. 49 seconds. That's a pretty good run. I'll take that. I don't want to do any more, though, because I want to wait for Dungeon Divers. Look how free to play I am, by the way. Look how free to play I am. Look at that. Look how free to play I've got. Isn't that impressive? Can it not be hard, Spider? It's not worth it, Maxime. It's not worth it. The burns heal and stuff, it's just not worth it. I don't know why it shows Alatrian. We don't talk about that, but you know. Right, let's do some live arena. Get it out of the way. If I don't do live arena on stream, I never do live arena. So that's why we're doing live arena on stream. I mean, I never go to Spider 10 hard unless I'm in CBC. It's a waste of time. Waste of time and energy. I do Spider 20 all the time. It's more silver efficient. And the only reason why I do 10 hard on all the other dungeons is because I don't want to have different teams. So I just keep the 10 hard dungeons. But the only time I'll ever do Spider 10 hard is in CBC, and to be honest, I don't even do that in CBC anymore now. I go to Sand Devil 25. You won't get any good gear. Like, I don't keep any gear anymore. That's the problem. Like, there's just no improvements from dungeons. The only place where I will get better gear is the Forge with Slayer gear and Lethal gear, and Cintranos with Merciless gear and Supersonic, and then in Hydra with where's Narcissus gone? Why can't I see Narcissus there? And then in Hydra with Stone Skin and Protection. Those are the only sets I need. There aren't any other sets I want. If you want to put in some minimum... What are you going to go to, Shorten Skills? What are you going to go to? Like, I don't want to slave away doing thousands and thousands of runs if you're going to go and drop another 10 billion on my backside. You get so few mythical gear in hard mode dungeons, it's a joke. Oh man, this team is horrible. Another 9 or 10. Come on, Short. Do your friend a favor. Come on. Last week I played with you in live and I've been using that same strategy since, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been picking Ancora first, suppose just because Ancora is more important to my team than Narcissus. This is just horrible because look at it. Like, what the hell can I do? Well, we might as well try and, I guess, strip some stone skin. Oh, well, we got rid of a lot of the stone skin. That's good to go. Maybe we get some luck here now. This team is actually a little bit gross because he can't do anything to me. I've literally hard counted him. He literally can't do anything to me. It's so gross. The level 30 Wixwell cheese is brilliant. Oh, that's gonna make me laugh all night. That. Do I have Chrono? Yes, I do. What would you suggest using him for? He's pretty good wherever ninja's good. So burning bosses, Sand Devil is okay. He's a bit difficult in 25, but he can work. Amius is pretty good for, like, any place where you need a burn, he's very good for. It's not even that, and it's the fact that my Maris can just break through the stone skin like that and deplete the turns. Because you have 33 chances at it, it's a very high roll that you're going to decrease the stone skin. And because my Wixwell's built full resist, and Ancora's built at 850 odd resistance, and Pony can't take any CC because Ancora's built with resistance, and he's also got he's also got now intercept, so he can't even be polymorphed. Our mans can't do anything to this team. Sure, you can stun the Shuzhen, but at that point it's too late. He's lost. Yeah, the metamorphin is disgusting. Yeah, he probably should have auto attacked, but I don't think he would have been able to kill anyone anyway. So. Yeah, but I just ban the Narcissus normally. If it comes up, I just ban the Narcissus. So like now here, I'll probably bring in something like Wukong. If they pick, the problem is, if I don't pick Ancora first, they could pick Ancora Narcissus, and without Ancora, my team's Anchor, I don't have a substitute really that... Like, Ancora is very hard to replace. Because if I bring Elva, yeah, sure, but I don't get that protection that Pony gets because of the passive. Ancora's passive is so strong. And without that passive, I lose a bit of value. So if I don't have the Ancora Narcissus, I have to go like full speed and hope for the best. Which is why I prioritize Ancora. Because I can put anyone over Narcissus. I can put Rhonda, I can put Wukong, I can put Rotus, right? I've got alternatives for my damage. I don't have an alternative really. Yeah, it's the pairing for Pony more than anything else. I think I'll bring out Rotus here. Fairly confident if he picks Ultimate Death Knight, I win. No, he's brought the Torment to try and counter my Ancora. My Shuzhen. He's trying to counter my Shuzhen boosting, but it's not going to help him when I've got full resist. Like, this was, like, that was such a bait and switch. If I do this, he's got no damage. Okay, he took Pony, doesn't really matter. I'll eventually win, even if it takes me 500 years. What's the level 30 Wixwell about? It's an experiment. And it's working pretty well, Dragonfire. It's a placeholder for the new Siege champion we're going to get. I mean, I could get Armand's down here, to be fair. So that is a risk that could happen to me. I just could get Armand's down without any turn meter control. But it's quite difficult for him to control my team. Because Wixwell's built in high resist. So, like, okay, he's going to polymorph the Rotus. Fine. Right, he'll polymorph the Rotus. Okay, when he polymorphed the Wixwell. That's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Because again, my Rotus is completely immune to any freeze and control. So Xu Zhen is going to get absolutely, like, blasted with CC. There's nothing I can do about that. But he can't actually... He can't control my Rotus, so... All I have to do is wait. Wait for the Stone Skin. I could put an AoE out here. I just have to wait for the Stone Skin to go. Once the Stone Skins go, we can have a bit of fun. I might get lucky with a cleanse on Xu Zhen at some point. But he probably doesn't have enough damage to be able to take out my... my team. Like, he certainly probably doesn't have enough damage to control Ancora. But unfortunately, it is just the Rotus baits out Ultimate Death Knight. I knew it was coming. So he can potentially just sheep control me. The Armands is the only one I'm scared of. Which is like, how long does it take me to actually get a turn? Because I gotta wait for the Ultimate Death Knight Stone Skin before I can do anything. And that's all we're waiting for at the moment, is do I get a turn? Alright, well that didn't help you, did it? Okay, so we're about to lose the Ultimate Death Knight Stone Skin. We actually have a bit of fun now. I don't really care that he dies. One down. Hopefully Xu Zhen gets a turn now. Lovely. Oh, come on. It's got A2. That sucks. That sucked. VA3's Rotus. That's annoying as hell. Why does he keep doing that? It's really strange. Rotus, where's the extra turn? Wow, he's got stun set Torment as well. It's annoying. The only risk I've got is will our mans just power control me to death. But, you know, I can kill. There we go. One down. Here we go. It's coming. It's slowly coming. It might take me a while, but we'll get there. There we go. Thank you for ending my pain. He was never going to win because he didn't have enough damage. He was never going to kill my Ancora, so Ancora could just sit there and perma-revive, so it was just better to move on. Because he fell into the trap that I thought he would, which was if I pick Rotus, he automatically picks Ultimate Death Knight. I ban his Narcissus, now he doesn't get any damage. That's the way I was thinking. Had he not picked the Tormin, then he would have had a chance. And this is why Tormin is kind of a bait pick, because you force yourself into a position where you can't actually compete. Because the Tormin kind of takes a spot for your DPS or your flex pick. So now you've got Tormin in there, you're like, okay, well, my last pick has to be another damage dealer. Oh, I'm going to pick Ultimate Death Knight to counter the Rota, so I can't. You know what I mean? That's... You kind of bait yourself into a position you can't win. And because he didn't have enough Axii on his Armans, he couldn't control the Ancora, and because he can't control the Ancora, he can't win. Like here, for example, I'm kind of scared of two things. One, the block debuffs, and the Armans Rodus, the Taurus Rodus. So I'm going to take the Taras away, just because it's a 6-star, and losing the Ancora is a big problem as well. He did have stun set, but no damage on it, you know? Because nobody ever picks it. I don't know if I want to take an extra turn here. I will. Game. Thank you. I'm going to wait. I was hoping for an A1 Enfeeble. I'm going to wait with the A2 because this is going to happen. So I'm going to wait with the A2 and then use the A2 next. Oh, that hurt. Let's see what we can do. It was good. It's not going to be enough, though. I think the Harem is just too strong. I think the Harem is going to wreck me now. She's going to A2 on Marius, kill me. I have no revive. And I can't stop the Narcissus. Narcissus needs to turn. It's the only problem with Ancora. It takes away my... If I lose her, I lose my revive. I lose the anchor for this team. And you can see, oh, that's pretty useful, but I mean, he's just going to he's going to change form and just CC me to death now. See, I mean, I lose my CC protection, I lose everything. She's the base of this team. If I lose Ancora, I lose everything. It's really hard to... I need to... As much as I can provide cover for everything, I can't provide cover for losing everything like that, so... 9 times out of 10, I don't lose Ancora. Very rare will someone ban my Ancora. They'll normally ban, like, Narcissus, or they'll ban... something a bit scarier. Narcissus normally draws the ban. It's true, Phoenix, but I don't care really. If someone wants to stream snipe me and not play, fair enough, I don't care. That's the problem with all my stuff. If I showcase team speeds and everything, like people will see what I'm doing and just mimic and figure it out. So there's only so much I can do. Hey, Kieran. Yeah. You always get me. That's a +4 Rodus. That's, I mean, that is a fully awakened team. This one's going to be fun. What are we feeling? Are we feeling we're going to win? Or are we feeling we're going to lose? I'll be honest. This this mythical is a bit of a OP pick. See, I wasn't fast enough. Oh. Holy me! Ah. Well, he hasn't killed me yet. Losing Shujian's a problem here. Because it's not over yet. It could be though. It's not over just yet. It depends who gets the sheep now. If he sheeps the pony again. After I've done arena. If she changes form, I have a chance. No, he's just gonna A1 all the time. Rodus is gonna rip me a new one now. There he goes. Yeah. No chance. Not a chance. I don't really need to ban Amans. Amans was not the threat there. The problem there was our base was just too strong. And I lost my speed lead. Amans is really never a problem for me. It's normally the support around him that makes it work, like RBS or Harima or something like that I'm most afraid of. I really am not that afraid of Amans. He really can't do anything to my team. The only time he can is when I lose a base of my team like that. Yeah, our base is low-key OP. She's one of those secret OP picks. See, this is what normally happens. Everyone is tempted to ban the the Narcissus because they have some form of shield. And then I come in here and it's fine because now I can win. Because I'm either going to be faster. I can see the speed difference. It's very close. There's a risk that if I don't just do... I have to do this. That was a risk I had to take. So I always get this. I didn't cleanse because I don't need to at the moment. Okay, fine. Didn't sheep me. Not a problem. Try and get rid of the stone skin. Lovely. There goes the monkey. There goes them. Everyone's living and dying, but I pretty much... I haven't won yet because the monkey's alive. That's the risk I've got always with this team. The monkey's alive. While the monkey's still there, there's always a risk that I can just get absolutely annihilated. And this is why I shouldn't really be running a level 30 champion, because it's just going to help him do a lot of damage to my team. Like that. It's just going to help him do a lot of damage to my team. So I've probably lost because of the monkey. Because I need to upgrade the levels. But, you know, there's hope yet. Okay, never mind. If he wasn't so squishy, he'd be fine there. The intercept buff. I haven't even summoned Quintus, no. So... Hey, Nathan. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, monkey... The problem is you'd never want to be a low HP against a monkey. Oh, man, I've lost 3 in a row, so now I've got to wait a minute. Why can't they fix this bug? It's so easily a bug. Why? It's so easy to reproduce. Why can't they just fix the bug? Yeah, it's the problem with monkey. If you don't block, revive him, you don't get rid of him, you always run the risk that he pops up and just one-shots your team. The only reason why Wixwell's not leveled is because I got to do masteries on him. There we go. It's only a monkey problem, to be honest, Castle. I don't mind. I don't really care about win rate these days. It's testing more than anything else. I don't really... The higher I've climbed now, I don't see the Wukong as much these days. He does pop out from time to time, but I don't really see it all that much. Now, I'm probably going second here, so I shouldn't have picked Wixwell, really. Oh, the bombs are a bit annoying. He's not got increased accuracy, so... Take out the Siphi. Oh, he took my Ankor out. Why did he do that? I mean, I suppose he'll still win, because he's got... Banner. So he's going to destroy my aura, so he'll still win. So we boost into CC. Oh, wait. Oh, he took Ankora, didn't he? I was like, why have I lost my thing? He took Ankora. I don't think it's going to matter. The stun's got me because he took my Ankora. One. He's taking my revive, so I've got nothing now. These bombs will kill me. Eventually. Took my Ankora. Once I lose Ankora, I lose. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have drafted Wixwell when I saw... Well, the problem is I didn't see his Nishak till last minute, so... It's the problem with bombs. If you can hide them, they are very strong, but if you can't hide them, they're not. This is very difficult to know, like this one. I always like to take the block debuff, see? I always try to take the block debuff so I can get Enfeeble out. But if I can't get good, consistent... Like, I was never going to win the speed race because of the banner. Ankora needs to be a high awakening for me, really, so I can get the 5-star and 6-star banners going. Why didn't I provoke? I was probably dead anyway. Like I said, the moment I lose Ankora, I tend to lose. Is immunity gear good? Not really. I prefer bolster and protection sets. And this is fine, I can do that. It's fine, whatever. She somehow got frozen, but it's not a problem. She did her job. Cool, bro. Cool story. Why Why do I never get Enfeeble when I want it? I needed Enfeeble on Harima. I'm still gonna get ruined by this. Well, that'll help. Alright then, let's just kill him off. Try to get some control. Chalet 3, probably kill her pony, but that's fine. I can revive him. Am I going to get a turn before the monkey, though? Or is the monkey just going to one-shot me? Oh, man. I wasted my revive. Maybe the game is finally going to give me... He hasn't got A2, so I can probably survive an A1 hit. But I don't know if I can survive the Harima. Harima's going to outscale me. There we go. Thanks. Man, 5 in a row. Come on. Like, what the hell is this? It's such bad luck. I'm not getting Enfeeble A1s out. I'm having a bad run of it right now. Normally, I get a couple of Enfeebles out there, but I just didn't get any Enfeebles at all. I probably should have just gone straight for the A2, but the Wukong would have woken up anyway, and I was trying to avoid that. Yeah, I'm having a really bad run right now. Just not getting the good RNG. I'm also out of practice as well, which doesn't help. I mean, Wixwell's a placeholder for the new champion from Siege when we get it, so it's not really a problem. Gives me an idea of whether it's going to work. Like, they're going to try and go for speed, which is fine. I can counter that. Where is there an arena speed tuning? Deadwood's one's a bit out of date. I do need to help him get that updated. It's probably the best one at the moment. I mean, I'm not really banking on a 50% chance. I'm trying to force the ban into Narcissus, and then it's more like a 55%, but it's actually more than a 55%. Normally, like if I had 1 or 2 of them, it would have been enough, but because I only landed the Enfeeble on one of the enemies, it didn't do it, basically. Like, it's probably going to win this speed race. There's not much I can do to stop that speed race being won. But he's only picked 1 damage dealer. So, if he's only picked 1 damage dealer, we just take out the only damage dealer he has. And then we just try to out-survive the CC chaining. Let's see if it works. To be fair, I've boosted a lot with our man, so... Oh, we changed form, didn't he? Oh, the damage is starting to pick up. The CC... Okay, well, that was cheating. Stripping my buffs was cheating. That was cheating, okay? That was a cheat. We were having fun up until that moment. Oh well, my turn. My Narcissus is going to get a turn. Oh, he's not. He's going to get sleeped. Here we go again. Can't keep doing it. He can't keep getting away with it. Oh, here he goes. It was doing well. I mean, you should really not pick Evil Eye anymore. Yeah, I mean, basically did nothing. Well, there we go. He had a good run at it. He did no damage to my team. He literally did no damage to my team. I say cheating in a sarcastic way. You know, I'm not actually accusing him of cheating, guys, right? It's a sarcastic thing I'm saying. I'm not actually accusing the guy of cheating. Yeah, you can do it, Ken, but my team actually benefits from that strategy because his Armans, as you saw there, can't actually power cycle me. It's very difficult for his team. It's very difficult for most teams to power to just turn me to control me. It's normally I'll lose when they pair it with like a very big single hit damage dealer, like a Harima or someone of that nature that I can't out sustain. If it's lots of trickle damage, I'm normally okay. So like here, for example, I'm more afraid of the Wukong or the Taras, if I'm being honest. Now, they do have a fair amount of buffs, which could hurt me. I could take the Wukong to stop the perma reviving, or I can take the Taras. I think I'll take the Wukong. I'm less afraid of the Taras. The only downside is if he gets a turn and like super buffs, then I will lose. But it is a Raka, yeah. I'm not too afraid of Galathir either, because if anything, I want Galathir to change form. Like, yeah, see, he's going to go slow, so I can start putting some defenses up. So, yeah, sure, he's going to A2 me here. Doesn't really matter, because all he's going to do is stun Narcissus. That's all he's going to do. And hopefully I'll get an Enfeeble counterattack. Okay, didn't get Enfeeble, but that's fine. Now we'll get Galathir. What's Galathir going to do? If he changes form like that, great. I get another chance at Enfeeble. There we go. Now Taras is useless. So this is a player that doesn't know how Maris works. Because, yeah, I'm sure Galathir is great for this. Doesn't matter when I can just Enfeeble them all the time. I may be locked out of my abilities for a while. Okay, that kind of sucked. I forgot about that. Ooh, that was nasty. But we survived it. Just about. If we can get our turn, we'll be fine. Enfeeble's back out. Nice. I mean, the stunning's not great, I'll be honest. He'll still kill Pony with weak hits, but... Why did he do that? Also, he's got way too much turn meter for my liking. He beat my accuracy check. It's not over yet. I hate Polymorph with a passion. It's the only reason why I'm losing this. Depends what he's got. If he's got an A3, I'm in trouble. Yeah. I was winning until I got polymorphed. Galathir wasn't the reason why he won that. Absolutely not. His Raka won him that. Because his Raka cleansed the Enfeeble. I was actually winning until the cleanse. When the cleanse happened and then I nearly lost Pony and then I got Enfeebled, polymorphed, then it was over. But yeah, Galathirs don't scare me. I'm not too worried about Galathirs. It's normally... Like, Raka is one of those champions I probably should have banned in hindsight, but you can't ban everything, you know? I should have picked Ronda here as well for Maritska. It's not a problem, though. Yeah, I probably should have banned Raka. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I've got no chance here. I shouldn't have picked Wixwell here. I should have picked Rhonda. Nice. So, 2 meter. Probably not going to get any... I can't provoke her. Best thing I can do is that. It's a shame I'm going to get locked out because an A2 from Narcissus would be really, really nice right now. Can I get reset? Oh, where is my luck tonight? Like, it's a 50-50 chance in the A1. And all I need is the A2 to land, and I just don't get it. I'm not getting enfeeble lands. It's like everything is just not going in my favor tonight. It's going to one-shot me because Taras A3 is too strong. I don't know why he's taking his time to choose Taras A3. Why would you not just Taras A3 me? Weak hits. Honestly, everything is going wrong in this fight. I've landed nothing. I'm going to get sheeped in a moment now. Are we enfeeble Taras at least? That's something. That's something out of it. Well, we can... Oh, if I had my A2 available here, it would be so good. Well, we killed them all. They all came back alive. But... can we finish them off? It's just the mighty Taras that remains. He can't win. He can't win. Surely he can't win. Not from here. Oh, he's trying. Go away, monkey. Whew. Whew. It's a close one. And that is why Narcissus has countered Taras Marichka. Narcissus and Ancora is the reason why you don't see a much Taras Marichka anymore, because he pretty much had that completely in control. Full lockout, Taras A3, but Narcissus is just able to cut through them because they put a shield out. Marichka puts a shield out. I don't think I was really lucky. I mean, it was lucky maybe to get the enfeeble on Taras. Maybe. But that's part of the skill set, right? That's why I bring him. I don't really feel like I won that due to pure luck. I won that because he wasn't capable of killing my team off. So... but also because this is a very strong counter to this setup, right? Narcissus is a very, very strong counter to Marichka Taras. It's incredibly strong. It's one of the main reasons why you don't see them anymore. Because it has punished them quite heavily to the point where they're somewhat unplayable against that pairing. So if you're picking them, you probably have to take Narcissus away. If I'm being honest. A good Taras could counter it. But a mid Taras... or like a semi. You know, his Taras is pretty good. It did a decent chunk of damage to me, but it wasn't quite enough to kill me. And you do need enough to kill. You do need to take him out. He had enfeeble on. Sap. Well, for my team, Daily Riddle, I'm trying to find a solution for how I can stop our man's A3ing my pony. So in that sense, yes, because the intercept buff was the only way I can stop the pony from getting sheeped from my man's, and that's really the main risk. If I can do that, the pony is completely immune. So when we get the new champion that they've leaked from, that they previewed from Siege, he will get replaced by that champion, depending on how long that takes. I have no idea. So, right, where are we at Hydra Clash? I'm worried about short on skills here. He said he's got another like 10 billion he can pop out, which I'm afraid of. I don't think my Trunda team is there yet either. It's getting closer, but I still don't think she's got it going. It's close. I mean, this is doing my head in. This is really doing my head in. I should try and get another roll of that. Let me go farm a little bit of Sand Devil quickly. Get some dust. I don't need it at the moment, Nobo. I'll buy it when I need it. I know, Matt. They'll probably release it last minute. Yeah, it's kind of important. Every 5% damage is important, so... Who empowers Marius to a Messiah? I had 60 odd dust. I blew through it, and I should have prioritized the gloves on Trunda. I was an idiot. Dust is such a premium commodity, honestly. It's the most valuable thing in the game. Honestly, I don't really want to be burning that much energy here right now, because I've got to do so much for the prism stuff. But I would like at least one roll of this. Oh, come on, give me some dust. I don't know what the next Forge Pass is at the moment. I don't know what it is, not in the code. I'm still waiting for part 2 quicks. Until I know what how it works, it's very hard. I'll go for it for the Champion Chase Points Titan. That's what's great about these Prism events. Oh man, I'm gonna try one more. If not, I'm leaving it. Mind you, at this point, I might as well just burn all the energy here. I use the summon pool just for Champion Chase Points. It's like free 500 points. I'm done. I don't think my Nightmare team, my Hydra team can do Nightmare at the moment. I think Trunda's not quite there. I don't think she's got enough damage. I think she's not quite there with this damage at the moment. Didn't help Smasher. I know I can drop the difficulty with this. I might just have to run it on Brule, but I'm trying to basically run this team on Nightmare, so I don't have to run a Nightmare team. So I can have a bit more fun with my other teams. Oh, we didn't get Hex out again here. It's a bit better. Reset. That. Reset. Defense weaken. It's fine, I don't really mind about that. Reset. Reduce the turn meter. By the way, guys, today I learned that if you have 4 decapitated heads, when one of those decapitated heads will respawn, it will respawn 2 heads at the same time, not 1. I had no idea. apparently it was... I don't think it's necessarily new. I just had no idea that's the truth of it. So, you know, I mean, both of these two middle heads will respawn now. At the same time. They probably would have anyway because they were close, but... I failed. I just don't think my team can do it. So I'm going to have to do it on Brutal. It's guaranteed mechanic code in the game, yes. No, if you kill 4 heads and one of them revives, it will always revive another one. Wow, why did we do no damage there? Man, when are they going to kill this team? I'm so tired of running it. I find it so unfun. The only reason why I run it is because I have to for the clan, but I hate this team. It's probably my least favorite thing I've ever done in Raid Shadow Legends, this. Running this team. Makes me want to peel my eyeballs out. I totally wouldn't run it if it didn't affect my clan. That's how much I hate this team. If I had a choice, I wouldn't run it. You'll see now, right? This head here on the left, in the middle, this one is going to have more turn meter. So it's going to revive before anyone else. Watch what happens when this one in the middle revives. Yeah. This one here is going to revive in a moment. Watch what it does to the other heads. Head on the left. See what I mean? It will always revive another one. I don't know if it's new or whether it's always done that, but that is how it works. It's very strong, likely it's not new, to be fair. It is very likely it's not new. It's just they've probably added it to the game description. I'm not sure what to do with my account next. I can do every dungeon to hard 10 apart from FK. You now start focusing on Cintranos, Luke. Cintranos, Doom Tower farming, and probably Hydra. We're a bit... Spot a bother here, not gonna lie. Which was definitely gonna turn. Nice. Reset. Oh, I hate this team. I absolutely hate this team. I wish I didn't have to run it. Scarab, you just need a very good poisoner. Someone who can poison, put them in regen, put them in the blood shield, and they will be fine. High resistance, ideally. Oh, we did that too early. That might be a problem. Should be okay, because that head in the middle is not going to be a problem, I don't think. Yeah, we'll be fine. A weak hit on that head on the right, mind. That's kind of annoying. Michael, thank you so much. Welcome to the Minionship. Anyone here who hasn't joined our Discord server, make sure you head over, join Discord server. If you link your YouTube account with your Discord profile, you will it automatically gives you the role for being a minion, which is kind of cool. Did that one turn too early again? Which is great. I'm messing up here, don't mind me. there's not much for you to work on then. Look, if you've done all that, there is not much left for you to do. Other than play out the events as they come out of the game. Obviously, siege mode is going to be a big thing, so... Refresh. I kind of need to get on top of the head here. I really need to make sure I've trend as A2. Oh, I don't. Oh, this is a problem. Uh-oh. We are probably losing this run because we don't have a decapitated head to kill because of affinity and suffering heads. So I'm going to do this to make sure I don't die. I've got to wait for the decapitation bonus before I can do anything. I'm not going to have this. Thank God I am. There we go. Just restarts. I really don't want to run this team tonight. I really don't. More excitement about this game mode. I'm like this close to just deleting all my Hydra teams. That's how much I now hate Hydra Clash. The only thing that motivates me to keep me going is the fact that I know my clan depends on my team to be able to do this. It's the only thing that keeps me motivated. The second hit is AoE. The first hit is single target. Do actually, I'm just going to do this on hard. I know I can get 3 times as many points on brutal, but to be honest, I'd rather build a proper brutal team than do this. I'm just going to do it on hard. I really just can't be bothered. It's so depressing playing this game mode. Someone entertain me with something else. What's going on in the world? Ugh. Yep. What's going on in the world with people today? So that I can just do this without blindly thinking about how terrible this composition is. Hurricane barrel. Is it back to a hurricane? I've been monitoring it. I'm a bit of a hurricane enthusiast. Is that the right word? I don't really think enthusiast is the right word. It feels inappropriate, but you know what I mean. I really like following all the hurricanes. It's the fastest hurricane to form in the Atlantic. Like, before July. It's since, like, 1930 or something. It's crazy. Normally, it's like... peak is like end of July, August time is when we start seeing the big hurricanes come through. I know it's gone through Texas. It's a weird hobby, I know. It is a weird hobby, I will admit. Some flights to Texas got cancelled. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I know it was strengthening again. It got down to a tropical storm when it went over Barbados and Jamaica. It went across the Gulf, but obviously when it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it strengthens again. And they were saying it was going to be like a Cat 2, maybe. So I don't know whether it got to a Cat 2. I don't think it had enough time to get to a Cat 3, but then again, it did go from a tropical storm to a Cat 4 in like 24 hours. So why don't I use Painkeeper's A2? Because I have her in reflex, so I don't need the healing, and I don't want to use the A2 to reduce the cooldown. Because it will basically distract a cooldown away from the A3, which I want to reset. I mean, not quite, Nobo. I appreciate the science of it. I understand the horrible, like, the impact it has on everyone's, like, livelihoods and everything. I'm not trying to diminish that. But it's like volcanoes, right? I get that half the Icelandic people had to evacuate, but it's pretty cool that the volcano erupted, right? 19.8. That's a pretty good win record, Carnifex. I wouldn't complain. That's pretty good. Ah, damn, I went one turn early. It's fine. I'm going to save it one more turn because I kind of need to get some debuffs out on these other heads first. I can do that. Gosh, so much more enjoyable doing this on lower difficulties. Yeah, Gizmak is fun. Gizmak's fun in Live Arena. People underestimate this the like potential smash of Gizmak when he goes crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, I can appreciate the power of Mother Nature. I mean, if it was horrible, America would get the finger out and start caring about the environment. So, you know, like, there's a bit of a correlation here between the warming world and the more powerful volcanoes. It doesn't take a genius to see that. Hurricanes, volcanoes, and earthquakes are my thing. I was going to do geography at one point when I was younger. But I chose a different path in the end. Tsunamis, no. I mean, there's not much to get excited about a tsunami, right? It's just a lot of water. It's like, you know, I get it. Like, tsunamis don't have, like, a, you know, pyroclastic cloud and all that kind of stuff. You can't, like, get tremors or anything. Like, tsunami just kind of happens. It's not that much excitement about a tsunami. Cat 1. Oh, it's not too bad, then. It could have been a lot worse. Cat 1's pretty okay. In correlation to a volcano hitting your land, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to face the worst that you can possibly have, we'll take a Cat 1. I sometimes wonder if they overdo some of the dangers of hurricanes as well. Hurricanes are dangerous, don't get me wrong, but sometimes when you see the weather reporters out there, like, it's blowing a massive gale, it's really bad, you know, the weather's coming in, it's like, and then there's just like dudes behind them just like casually going to get the groceries or something. It does make me laugh sometimes. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? A lot of people in that region are so used to having hurricanes, like, unless it's a Cat 4 or a Cat 5 or a really bad Cat 3 if it hits at the wrong time, it's just like second nature to a lot of them. Hey, Rented. I'm alright. I'm doing okay. But then again, I don't want to diminish the strength of a hurricane. Like, hurricanes are nuts, some of them. Like, some of the power of the hurricanes, especially when it went over the Bahamas and stuff. That's more scary because the infrastructure in those areas they're not exactly solid houses. So they're far more likely to be susceptible to hurricane damage, whereas a lot of the buildings now in places around the coastal areas of the Southern American coast, they're just a bit better for hurricanes. They're more sturdy. I think I've got it available to me. No, not quite. That was a mistake. It's fine. We can refresh. Yeah, some of those roofs that get pulled off, like, you got to be careful about flying objects in those areas. Have you seen they are remaking the film Twisters, by the way? You seen that? The oldie, the goodie but oldie classic. They're remaking it. It's coming out soon. Looks good. Totally like kind of like a trashy type of film, but it looks really fun. Yeah, to be fair, if it's snowing in this country, you got no chance. You go to the supermarket, the bread's gone, the milk's gone, the world's coming to an end. It's like a plague upon your houses, you know? It's kind of like the doomsday calendar has reached the end of times because 1 inch of snow has dropped on one little bit of land. The UK does not do very well with acclimate weather, to be fair. We are very poor at it. Sharknado. God, what a stupid film that was. Yeah, they have run out of ideas for films, to be fair. They have run out of ideas. Although every so often you do get a good new film. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can really do in a Cat 5. Cat 5 will rip anything off. You can't... The only thing you can hope for with a Cat 5 is you find a very strong concrete-based building and hope to God that nothing cuts your head off. And you can stay alive. And ideally something that's quite tall because the storm surges on that kind of building is going to be pretty rough. I have a 6-star Trunder Drayden. I have a 6-star Crushing Wren, so I'm doing true damage. I also have Hex, which helps. So because I have Hex out as well, I'm doing extra damage. Like you see Hex goes out whenever I do... Normally whenever I do her, but she's... that was a bit of a mistake. So when I do A2 here, it should put some Hex out on people. There you go. I deliberately didn't do my move because I'm waiting for this. Hopefully here. There you go. I was waiting for the heads to respawn so I could re-kill them. Oh yeah, I mean, Hurricane Irma did some crazy amounts of damage with how strong that hurricane was. One of the strongest hurricanes I've ever seen. Where do you think the proof will come from? It's in Dungeon Divers and Spider Castle. Dungeon Divers and Spider. You can preview it in the Player and Play Planner Castle. It'll tell you. What's the weather like? It's a bit rainy up here today. Honestly, it's not been very warm at all in the UK lately. It's been a bit like 15, 16 degrees centigrade. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, it should be summery. It feels a bit like autumnal in the UK at the moment. God, this is how exciting this team is. We're actually talking about how... We're actually having conversations about the weather. That's how exciting Hydra Clash is. But I have to, because otherwise I'll literally... I need something else to talk about. Otherwise I'll just rage about how I hate this team. I really don't want to do that. That is not good for your sanity. We're a little bit of a risk here, but... I have to risk it for a biscuit. It's fine. It was worth it. An honorary Canadian? I do love a bit of maple syrup. Maple lattes have been a thing that I've been getting into. I hope so, Kessel. Over 9k gems for the first time, and I will spend a few for the progressor tour. Nice. Do it. Why was Trunda coded this way? Well, to be fair, when Trunda was built, they probably didn't have all these mechanics in the game. So, in reality, when Trunda was built, this was really not a problem. But, as with anything coding-wise, you know, it's fine until you lose control of the code. And once you lose control of the code, then things get a little bit crazy. And that's essentially what's happened. Exponential multipliers have got out of control, and nobody thought to go back and refactor the code where things were out of control. Because we have this, like, staunch mentality where we can't rebalance a champion down. I hesitate to use the word nerf, but we can't. Have I seen Fallout TV show? I haven't, no. I'm gearing myself up for the disaster that will appear at the end of next month. I'm preparing my mind, body, and soul for Rings of Power. And the earth-shatteringly terrible approach to the lore of Tolkienian writings that I'm going to have to endure. Nice. Show me timers. How fast did you get it? I got mine to like 40 seconds. I didn't want to really re-gear anyone. You watched the trilogy. Did you watch the extended edition? Vi. It's got to be the extended. If you don't watch the extended, it's not the same thing. It's always got to be the extended edition you watch. Yeah, I'm not watching House of Dragon, to be honest. I feel like that ship sailed. How does Soul Reap work in Hydra? Well, Soul Reap doesn't ignore boss effects, and also is coded as AoE. So because of Hydra's passives, right, you've got passives on the heads which will reduce... where is it? Which passive is it on? It's here somewhere. Oh, it's got to be on these, right? Look, damage from all Hydra heads taken from AoE attacks is reduced by 10%. Now, it's not 10% additive, it's 10% multiplicative. But what it basically means is AoE damage is normally reduced by somewhere in the region of 35 to 46% damage, depending on whether the Suffering Head is out, because the Suffering Head does 30%. So because of that, you basically have this situation where Soul Reap being coded AoE gets a 40% penalty. And the other problem with Soul Reap is that Soul Reap itself will do 100% of the remaining HP on the head. So if the head has got 8% HP left, it will deal 8% damage. But that is before the enemy max HP calculation, you know, the AoE calculation. So what invariably ends up happening is it does 8%, but that 8% gets reduced by 40 odd percent, which means actually you only do 5%, which is why you don't really see the goal of, you know, that concept that you want to see where it executes heads, unfortunately. Which is why it's so bad. You're never going to watch. That is a disgusting statement, Green Virus. You need to go wash your mouth out. Go find soap. Clean out your mouth. That's a disgusting. Never going to watch the extended versions of Lord of the Rings because it takes too much time. It's not long enough. Okay? I'll be honest. The many hours of watching, and I will add, the correct way to watch it is you watch the extended versions of The Hobbit first. You watch The Hobbit first, then you watch the main one. If you want to do it properly. I will host a watch party. Well, Weetabix, guess who's making an appearance in the Rings of Power? You guessed it. Good old Tom Bombadil. I'm sure they're going to make that work really well. Yeah, but I mean, I can appreciate the Hobbit films for what they were. A little bit. In the sense that I know where they went wrong. I don't blame anyone that was involved with that project for the result of the Hobbit film other than New Line Cinema. They're the ones that ruined that film. Because they were insistent that Peter Jackson was not going to be the director of that film. They hired Guillermo del Toro, who basically quit halfway through the production and then went, oh, we need someone to come back in. They went back for Peter Jackson, and Peter Jackson was basically left with a mess when he normally requires a couple of years of pre-production for him to get his head around what he wants to do. So inevitably, he had to over-rely on CGI to meet the production deadlines that the New Line Cinema guys had sent for him. And he was never going to be able to do the justice that he wanted to for the project. That was just never going to happen. So I get people's concerns and complaints about it, but at the same time, I don't think they were that bad that they were un-Tolkien. I know a lot of people didn't like the fact that the Necromancer appeared in this in the film and he doesn't appear in the books. I get that, but I don't think it was so bad that it was un-Tolkien, which is the big thing, right? Rings of Power is so bad, it's not even Tolkienian. It's so bad, it's not even like... It's the worst version of Lord of the Rings fan fiction I've ever seen. It just dissolves itself of any responsibility for the original trilogy. And we just make up things as we go. That is really bad. That is really bad, that cleanse. We are in trouble right now. I'll be honest. I am in deep doo-doo. I could try to AoE, but it's unlikely that I'm going to get any damage done. So we're in deep doo-doo. We're just going to have to tank this out for a bit. We've got super bad luck there. Should be alright though. I'm going to just throw out this to try and get some hex. Get some of that out. We're going to try it. See what happens. Oh, lucky. We're okay. That was close. That was close. See the value of Hex there? If I didn't have Hex, I was never going to be able to kill the head. But the value of Hex meant I was able to kill the head because I reflected enough damage across to it to basically one-shot the head. And then that got rid of the poison cloud, so... It's a close one, though. It was not comfortable. I probably should have A2'd them, never mind. Oof, nearly killed that suffering head. Is Lord of the Rings like... No. Harry Potter literally stole the storyline of Lord of the Rings. Like, if you take Harry Potter and you apply it to Lord of the Rings, you will find it's exactly the same story, but just worse. It's like, oh, look, a Dark Lord that everyone despised was power of all evil. And then, oh, look, got defeated by a small guy in a cupboard. Shocking. And how do we have to defeat it? Oh, we must destroy the Horcruxes, which is basically the One Ring. Like... If you tried, you couldn't make it any more obvious. Honestly, if you do a similar comparison side by side, you'll see what I mean. It is really similar. Now, yes, okay, they've got wizards and everything, fair enough. But I mean, look, who is the principal main support character in Harry Potter? Let me show you. Let me show you this. Like, we got to visualize it, just to show it. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to do this, and then we're going to go... This. Do this. And we're going to do this. Like, do you need any more evidence than this? They stole the TV show. They made multi-millions out of Tolkienian. Like, come on. Like, they're basically the same characters. They even both die and then somehow come back alive. Not quite Dumbledore, but you know what I mean. True, both are based off Merlin. But in Professor Tolkien's, in defense of Professor Tolkien, most of Lord of the Rings is a reference to the fact that he believed that there was no fables that originated from England at the time, right? There was no British fables because a lot of the fables were based from, you know, French writings or sort of European writings. Not many of them were originated as like proper English folklore. So a lot of his position was, you know, based on the fact that we should have folklore in this country. So that's why you see a lot of comparisons in the sense that you've got Merlin, right? Merlin was based off British sort of Arthurian legends. That's why you see a little bit of reference to that in his writings, because he wanted to touch into that. That's why a lot of Elvish and stuff is based off of Welsh language and Gaelic languages. Yes, a little bit like that, G-String. Yes. Not quite one-to-one, but it's his take. Like, for example, Numenor is Atlantis. The story of Atlantis, the city that sunk beneath the sea, right? You see a lot of correlation between references to the stories and fables that we all grow up with. You'll see a lot of references and correlations to those. Yeah, there was a lot of thing between him and C.S. Lewis because they were writers around the same time. Can you understand Elvish yet? I can't. I read and understand. Like, I understand Elvish in the sense that I can hear the tones of Welsh in it. And it's like a lot of the Dunland names are named after Welsh people or use Welsh terminology that is based off Welsh words. I mean, what you've got to remember is Lord of the Rings is not a... The thing about Lord of the Rings is it was a world that was built to support his linguistic endeavors. His primary goal with Lord of the Rings was not to make a story, was to basically make a world in which his languages could coexist. If that makes sense. So he made Elvish, he needed a world that Elvish made sense in, so he wrote the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm fluent in Welsh. I went to Welsh school. Oh man, it's gonna ruin me again because of the cleanse, because I've been delaying it to try and get... Ah, for the love of all that is real. I'm just gonna have to go with it. Thankfully it was okay. Trying to get Hex out. Annoying. What do you want me to say? My Welsh is a bit rusty though, because I have to spend some time around Welsh people to get back to it, if that makes sense, because I don't speak fluently every day. I was delaying it to try and get Hex out 10 days. We could probably just repeat the attack. I'm not a big Olympics fan, I'll be honest. I don't mind the 100-meter sprint race, right? And I can respect the art and the sport of it, but I'm not a big spectator of Olympics. How do you say hello? Well, it depends. Hello in Welsh is hello, but if you want like good morning, it's bore da, shwmai. You know, when you say things like how are you, it's like sut wyt ti. The Welsh is actually a lot of it's a very ugly language at times. You have a lot of like, you know, and the and f. If you go up the north as well, they speak totally different to what they speak down the south, which is great fun. No, to me, Kessel, right? It's a bit like golf, a bit like baseball, and a bit like American football as well. Like, I can't really watch sport where nothing really happens. I tried watching the Super Bowl. I was like, why am I watching the Super Bowl? Because I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I'm watching about 200 hours of adverts on the Super Bowl. Like, they literally passed the ball for 5 seconds, went to a timeout, and then 5 minutes later, they went to an advert break, and then came back and did another pass for like 2 seconds, and then they came back for another time. I'm like, are we actually going to play American football, or are we just going to pass the ball for 5 minutes and then pass it back? I feel like I watched about 35 minutes of the Super Bowl, but only watched about about 3 minutes of American football. Yeah, you don't need to tell me that it's not coming home. I don't know what's worse. England have managed to make it to the semi-finals by playing absolutely terrible, or the fact that France have managed to make it to the semi-finals and they actually haven't scored an outfield goal. Do you want to hear the craziest stat that I saw the other day, actually? I got to find the stat. So, Brazil were playing in the Copa America. So if any of my... I know a few Brazilians. A few cool Brazilians. But Brazil were playing in the Copa America. And Brazil have got this new striker that is joining Real Madrid. Endrick. Meant to be the next Pele. Right? Absolute crazy stat, this. He played 90 minutes of the last match. Let me see if I can find it. It's the craziest stat. Here we go, look. This guy played 90 minutes. Yeah. Let me just move this here. So this guy played 90 minutes of football. He made 1 pass. 1 successful pass in 90 minutes. That's the craziest stat I've heard about football ever. And it was the opening kickoff. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not the best. I'm terrible at football, right? I'm terrible at sports generally. I'm fairly certain that I can manage to achieve more than 1 successful pass in 90 minutes if you ask me to in any team. Right, I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to do 1 successful pass. You know, I've heard of neutralizing the opposition, but good God, that is... Well, no, that's the problem. He attempted 5 passes, Matthew. He only succeeded in 1, and one of them was the kickoff. No, he failed 4 passes. It wasn't even as good as going, well, he did 1 pass, and then he managed to, you know... No. He tried more passes. He just failed. He just failed miserably. Like, it's a rough stat. That is a stat that you do not want to have on your resume. You know, you played a semi-final of the Copa America and you made 1 successful pass in 90 minutes. And this guy is meant to be the next Pele, so it's not gone down great. I'll be honest. It's not been a positive result. And yeah, and like France have literally got through to the semi-finals of Euros. And France has scored 2 own goals, or won by 2 own goals, 1 penalty, and I think that's it. 2 own goals and a penalty, and they've made it to the semi-finals. I don't know how. Someone in the world needs to tell me how the France team has managed to make it to the semi-finals of the Euros by literally not playing football. Like, The top scorer of the Euros this season is 3. Own goals is on 9. They should give the golden boot to own goals. That's where we're at. They're all pretty bad, to be honest. All of them. The only ones that I think have actually turned up were Germany and Spain. Which is it's a shame that they went out like so soon. But they are the only ones that I think have actually turned up is Germany and Spain. The rest... Yeah, Turkey. I meant of the big 6. I should say that. Clarification. Of the teams that are expected to win, the big tournament favourites, the only ones that turned up has been Spain and Germany. Netherlands haven't turned up, really. They're playing okay, but they haven't turned up. I mean, Portugal, what the hell happened there? They're one of the best teams in the tournament. They look flat average. I know people will blame Ronaldo, but I think there's more than that. Boom. Yeah, Spain's playing France tomorrow. Do you know what's scary about the French team, though? You know they'll play terrible all through the tournament, and the semi-finals and the finals, they'll turn it on. Mbappe will score like 2 goals, and they'll just be the best team in the tournament. You just know it's going to happen. Like, Mbappe could score a hat-trick and be the Golden Boot scorer. Like, it's just what you know is going to happen. No, Switzerland lost to England. They played well, to be fair, Switzerland. Switzerland just didn't have the bench that England have. And I will defend Mbappe a little bit because he's playing with that mask, and I imagine it's not very comfortable, right? He is playing with a broken nose. So to be fair to Mbappe, like, he shouldn't have to carry that French team with the quality that they've got. Right now, he's you know, fair play to him. That can't be comfortable to play with. That doesn't mean he needs to be totally useless, but that French team has got more quality than just Mbappe. I mean, I don't even know how Kane stayed on the pitch, I'll be honest. I'd like to know what Harry Kane has got over Gareth Southgate, because some of the way that it's almost like Gareth Southgate is almost trying to prove his loyalty to his players by not substituting them. Because when he's literally done nothing. They've all done nothing. No, God, no. I don't know if anyone saw the team at HH Gaming. We did like a fantasy football league at the start, and they were all having a go at me a little bit. Not really having a go, but they were all like, why haven't you picked any England players? I'm like, England, I can tell you exactly how they'll play. They won't concede many goals. So I picked Jordan Pickford, the goalkeeper, because I was like, I need a goalkeeper. I don't want to spend too much budget on a goalkeeper. England won't concede many goals, and goalkeepers get points in the fantasy football league for not conceding. But I didn't pick any attackers because I'm like, well, they're not going to exactly score many goals, are they? So I went for Netherlands and the Spain teams and Germany teams for goals. Because I knew exactly what they do. They play defensive. They score 1 goal and then they shut up shop as if to say, well, you know, we can't score more than 1 goal. 1 goal is our limit today. Oh, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Let's get rid of that. I have to double reset here. We should probably be okay. Sum down. As long as his head gets a turn, block buffs. I think he needs one more turn. Yeah, I did. Nice. Should be okay, hopefully. Right, can we break it this time? There we go. I'll be honest, I was on the sofa. I was watching the England versus Switzerland game. I was talking to GV actually on Green Virus on DMs, and he sent me a message like a few hours later. It's like, I'm surprised you're still awake. And I texted back, I was like, I fell asleep on the sofa at minute 50 because nothing was happening. There was no shots on target by minute for 60. I was like, this is the most boring football match in the world. Like, please, someone just do something. I want to AoE because I kind of want to save the A2 for this moment in time. Hopefully this might be a bit of a problem. Damn. I may have made a mistake here. Find out. I'll have to risk it for a biscuit. Risk it for a biscuit. Oof, thank God. It's close. Oh, is it over yet? This Hydra Clash is killing me, honestly. Yeah, the biggest problem with England is they've just got all the best players in the wrong positions. Like, how are you not playing Trent Alexander? Like, you gotta play Trent. Like, I get Kyle Walker's a better defender, but surely you gotta play him. And if not, you've got to make a system that makes him work. He's such a great passer of the ball. He's the only one that's actually able to go forward. What's next after Hydra? Another Hydra key. We've got to do another one of these. Well, it's not. It's actually annoying that he's been playing. Honestly, the most annoying thing that I've been watching is why are they not playing why are they not playing what's his face? Gomez. All season Liverpool have played Joe Gomez at left back because they've had injuries. Why aren't you playing Joe Gomez at left back with Alexander-Arnold at right back? Because it works. I mean, it worked for Klopp. Why aren't you doing it? Oh, knowing Gareth Southgate, I'll get to the final and say, well, we got unlucky, we'll go again. Probably, but hey. He lost me when he said we can't replace Calvin Phillips, to be honest. He lost all sense of credibility when he said those words. Certainly in the Euros he can. I think there's been some good games. The best game I think was Turkey versus Georgia, right? I think it was Turkey versus Georgia. That game was really good. I'd rather lose like 3-0, but know they actually attacked rather than this way of like, oh, the England might fall to a 1-0 loss. I mean, it's a bit disgusting when you think he's got the player of the season in pretty much every major league in his team. Right? He's got Phil Foden, player of the season in Premier League. He's got Jude Bellingham, player of the season in La Liga. He's got Harry Kane, top goal scorer in Germany. And I'm like, they can't even score a goal. Just one goal. They have to rely on Saka for brilliant, like, you know, an overhead kick at 95 minutes against Slovakia. Like, Slovakia are a great team. They're all great teams, but it, like, no. Like, just no. Austria versus Nether. Austria were well drilled. They just kind of... I don't really know why they lost. They looked pretty good. We should probably just whack it. Kill it again. Oh, this is dull. Yeah, Georgia were great. Well, the thing is, a lot of these teams that they were struggling with, Slovakia, Slovenia, they haven't got much going forward. They've got one superstar, like one great striker. Like, they had Mitrovic, they had Chesko. I can't remember his name. But what they lack in attacking prowess, they make up for with organization. Very well drilled, very good organizational defenses. They play a good low block. You're not going to get through them by running at them in the middle of the park, right? It's not going to work. The only solution is to go round them, which is where you bring someone like, you know, Gordon, or, you know, someone with a bit of impetus to run at the back line and try and stretch the back line a bit. Oh, this is a bit of a problem. Should be fine. There you go. We just got to get back into the rhythm. Wait, one more turn. Hit this up. Well, just see how it goes. It should be able to one-shot even without decreased defense over here. Lovely. Okay, we're back up and running. Scratch is a video out about what? What's Scratch got a video out about? Sorry, just checking something 1 second. Anyway, sorry, I was distracted by something. Why would Soul count as an AoE? I might misunderstand what you were saying earlier. It's counted as an AoE so that the reap effect can happen at the same time. So because when you AoE, when you kill two enemies, in order for it to apply to two enemies, they have to make it coded as AoE, which means, unfortunately, the consequence of that is all of it is AoE, even when it's single target. It's somewhere, Elixium. I've probably not put it on because I was trying to make sure I wasn't late today. So some of them, so some things which are conditional are coded as single target, right? So if it's a conditional AoE in the sense that it's like, oh, will only apply to, like Sinacia, for example. Sinacia will only do double the amount of damage if she attacks an enemy below 50% HP. Well, in those instances, it's single target because what they don't want to happen is for you to attack enemies who are higher than 50% HP. Because if you imagine if it was coded as AoE, the moment it passes the check correctly for the first time, it will AoE everyone, which is incorrect. So they have to make that coded as a single target. Where with Soul Reap, it doesn't really happen because they don't mind it happening to all enemies if it happens to match the criteria. So it's fine for them to code it as AoE. So it comes down to... I've done this one turn too early. No, I haven't. Good. What it comes down to is whether or not you need the conditional check. That's what it comes down to. If there's no conditional, just AoE. It's on hard, Kingston. I gave up on brutal. It's too much effort. No new chances update. I don't know. You might find they add a few more. I think what they did is they brought the fusion forward and delayed the patch 1 week because of Siege maybe wasn't ready. So they might add a few more with Siege. They might add the normal batch if that makes sense. Because we didn't really get the patch, if that makes sense. We just got a fusion. It's not quite the same thing. Normally we would have had the fusion with the patch. I think they basically didn't want to delay the fusion, so they just gave the fusion without the rest. But maybe we don't have any, right? Normally when they do big content updates like Siege, Hydra, Doom Tower, we don't get as many champions with it. To see. Well, the biggest thing about Soul Reap I don't understand is why the defense stuff with bosses doesn't count. Why is it that it only ignores all the defensive stuff when it's heroes? That's what I don't understand. I don't think he's any shorter than normal fusions. It's probably a usual one. No, you'll have to earn it. It's going to be more like Mithrala, Das. It'll be like a Mithrala champion. We don't actually know how you're going to get it. Like Carnage, yeah. There'll be some sort of content feature. Like, it depends. Right now, we still don't know. It's a big problem, actually. Essentially, Siege is kind of worthless until I see part 2. For me, personally. That's why I haven't done a video on it yet, because I don't have enough information to be able to do any content on. Because I don't know things like, how many defenses do I need to put up? How many people get to participate in this game mode? You know, is it like every member of the clan has to put a defense up? Or is it a bit like the way Dragonair does it, where 5 people in the clan kind of participate? Is it going to be like unlimited fights per day? Is there limited fights per day? How long is the siege window? How long is the matchmaking? How does the matchmaking work? Is it going to be like CVC every 2 weeks? Or is it going to be like not? So all of these informations, I don't know. So essentially, like, I'm looking at the Siege game mode and saying it all looks amazing. It all looks stressful, I will add. As like a leader of a clan, I have no idea how we're going to coordinate this. I am literally sitting here going, someone is going to log in. They're going to see that Siege is open. They're going to wonder what this button does. Press 2 buttons, put a defense in and get locked. I can just see it happening right now. It's going to happen. So I'm like, in that instance, I'm a bit terrified because I don't know how... It doesn't feel like the game is set up to be able to support this type of system, right? It just doesn't feel like there's a clan system in place that is going to help me stop that from happening, from what I can see. Now, we'll have to see how it's going to play out. But that's why I'm like, I haven't done any videos on it yet, because I'm waiting for part 2. Once I know what part 2 has, I can then start going, okay, is this good or is it bad? Is it going to be fun? So far, I will say the depth is much more than I thought it was going to be. It's far more depth to the game mode than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a bog standard, you know, few towers to defeat, blah, 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 off you go. It is very, very complicated. Like, there is things you can do in that game mode I'm already seeing. You can basically position specific characters in specific ways, knowing that you've got an advantage over the enemy, and defend yourself from that position. You can make strategic choices about which part of the siege map are you going to hold. Because you're going to need to hold one of them, right? Because you don't want to lose. So you can make those strategic choices. It's very, very complicated. Like, I don't think it's going to take a couple of siege windows for us to get to grips with how the game mode works before we actually nail it, before we get the idea. Night, Drayden. I'm tired as well of doing Hydra Clash, but, you know. No, there will be rewards, I think. They're just going to show it in part 2. Like, there's got to be something. There's got to be a reason for doing it. There's never not a reason. There's always some form of reason. This is going to be annoying. Need to cleanse. Of course it failed. This is going to be annoying. I've got time, though, so we can work our way around it. The matchmaking is going to be... We always know whenever these systems, the matchmaking to start with is terrible. So we know the matchmaking before we get started is going to be bad. Straight out the bat. Until it re-ranks people, you know, until it puts people in the right place, until it ranks them properly, we know it's going to be bad. How bad, though, that's what we don't know. Right, now that that's done, can you please kill them? Thank you. Yeah, I think there'll be some sort of new gear set. Like, if you think when they added Hydra, we had variable sets. When they added Hydra Clash, they converted the stone skin to variable sets, I should say. When they added the Cursed City, they added Merciless and Supersonic. So the pattern begs the question, probably there will be some sort of variable or new set that comes with the game mode. How accessible that will be? Well, based on the way that we've been playing Cintranos now for 7 months, and I've barely got a gear set. I don't think I actually have a quality 9-piece Merciless set. It's too difficult because there's too much 5-star gear. Now, whether that's different in a competitive way, I don't know. Oh, I should have AoE'd there. I made a mistake. Should be okay, though. Yep. But it will probably replace a gear set, right? That's how it always works. These variable sets always replace a gear set, so... God, this is boring as hell, isn't it? Tell you what I hope. I hope whatever gear set they put in the game is better than better than Stone Skin and Protection. If it's better than Stone Skin and Protection, I would sign my death will on it, honestly, so I don't have to do this terrible experience ever again. Because this is just dire, isn't it? It's just awful experience. I'm waiting for my A2 so I can wait for this head to respawn so I can kill it instantly when it pops up. Imagine a set that's just like, ignore Stone Skin, so we can just never have to deal with Stone Skin ever again. Maybe it's a set that like just does protection but in a better way, so we don't even have to worry about protection again, and we can all just like peace out of Hydra Clash for the rest of our lives. That would be the dream. Nobody wants to do this Hydra Clash anymore. I bet if we polled the community, nobody would want to do Hydra Clash. You might find like the 1 or 2 people that like doing like 90 billion damage. But I would imagine if you asked the community if they had a choice, could they get out of doing Hydra Clash, they would do it. And the only reason why they do it is because Stone Skin is so dominant. And having the ability to do a 4 Stone Skin, 4 Savage is too powerful. Or having 9 Protection is too powerful. Because you gotta honest, like, we've been literally talking about anything other than Raid right now because I just can't face thinking about what I'm doing. I'm in autopilot, I just can't face it. Intercept gear would be interesting, yeah. Immune to polymorph set. Could be good. You like Clash outside of that. You like Clash outside of the terrible teams. Honestly, I don't mind Clash when it's like a proper team. This feels like I've been going 58 minutes, but it feels like I've been doing it for 2 hours. And I don't feel like we've learned anything. I don't think we've evolved as raiders by watching this. If anything, I feel like we've regressed. Stun set, but placing polymorph instead of sun. Honestly, I'm really curious to see how they're going to do the... I'm really curious to see how they're going to do the Clash. The Siege mode. There's so many different ways they could do it. But I think what they've done so far, I'm quite positive about. If they do it the way I think they're going to do it, which is I think they're going to force it so that every player in the clan must contribute, I think that's a good thing. Because I think what it will do is it will force people to strategically position their members of their clan in a way that makes sense, right? They'll force them to basically go, okay, well, who's our strongest members? Where do we position them? We position them near the stronghold. Who's our weakest members? Okay, they go here. Who's got a particularly power pick? Like maybe they've got Trunder and they could put a bonus that basically forces HP-based champions and Taras. Right, maybe you've got Taras, you can take the bonus that forces the enemy to bring HP-based champions, you can bring your Taras, that gives you an edge. Of course, it's very difficult in a non-live arena setting because it's PvP in the end of the day. How many people actually struggle in Classic Arena? The only time I ever lose in Classic Arena is if I'm just not paying attention. But, like, if you can't not fight them, that'll be the interesting thing. So, like, I kind of know how the defense is going to work, I think. I just don't know how the offense is going to work. Like, how many times can we fight a day? Do we have to take a predetermined path? Like, how do these systems work? Like, that's what I don't know at the moment, and Video 1 did not explain any of it. Well, what I mean by forced, Des, is... in Dragonair, they have a similar game mode, okay? They call it the Sparkle Tournament. And what happens is you have prep phase. So what the leader of the alliance will do is they'll go in and they'll set out their the defenses for their 2 towers. And then the opposition will try to destroy them. The problem is it's limited to like 5 people in the clan. Yeah, it's limited to like 5 people. So what ends up happening is the Krakens get selected because the Krakens are in the clan. And invariably, most of the alliance never take part in the game mode. Now, that might be fine for some people, because technically in Dragonair, I basically call it XYZ gives me a legendary book, because it gives you legendary books. So I just basically wait, come in a couple of days later, voila, my alliance has won rewards, but I didn't contribute to it. And that feels really boring to me. So I think it's important that there's space that basically a Kraken clan can't OP you, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is, if you're in a clan, one person in the clan can't just do everything. I think that's very important, because it's meant to be a team game. And it's so easy for clans to go, we'll just put all the pressure on one person. A bit like Hydra Clash, right? All the pressure is on the people who can have Trunders. If you have Trunder, the pressure is on you in Clash, because now I certainly feel like, I don't set it in my clan, but I put it on myself. that because I have a 6-star Trender, I have a level of responsibility to lead the way. And I feel like the Siege mode could easily have been that, where it's like, okay, you guys have all the 6-star awakened heroes. It's all on you. You go and do it all. You have to put up all the defenses, you have to defend it all, you have to do all the work. So forcing players to actually all commit a team, I think, is a very good thing. I think it's a very good thing. So what they'll probably do is they'll probably, like, say, each person can put, like, 2 or 3, maybe 4 defenses up. And then you've got to fill out all the defenses. So the clan has to coordinate to determine who goes where. Do you put your best players in the stronghold, or do you put them in the outer barricades? Do you protect your towers or not? And a lot of that's going to depend on how much value there is in defeating and destroying those towers. Because if there's not a lot of value in them, then you probably will allow certain things to fall. But again, this is the information we're missing. I don't know the details around, like, what is the fight rate? How often are you going to fight per day? How many defenses do you put up? Like, how long is the fight? How long is the matchmaking? Is it all the time? Is it every other day? Is it, how much of this is going to be coordinated and how much is not? That's what I don't know at the moment, because they didn't tell us. They just told us, here's Florins, here's something else. Go conquer the world. Well, we crested 6 billion, guys. And we've still got another 150 turns to go. We could probably easily get 6.5 bill. Maybe even 7 if I was lucky. This is exciting, this. Yeah, there's a second video coming out. I'm guessing they've just delayed it for a day for whatever. I thought it was going to come out today, to be honest. Because I was like, well, if you leave it any longer, the game mode's going to be out. Because it's out on the 10th. So if you leave it another day, well, you might as well just give the information in game. Yeah, my biggest concern at the moment with it, though, is how good is the system to help people play it? Like, from a leadership point of view, and this is me speaking from a leader. I lead the clan. I lead as part of a group of people, you know. We're part of a cluster, but there needs to be, like, a strategic approach to this. You can't just have, like, random people putting in random defenses all over the place. It's just not going to work. So it's kind of like, what is the systems that they've implemented that's going to enable clans to manage this game mode? Because if it's a case of, you know, everyone go crazy. Look how much drama the clan quest caused at one point, where everyone's just picking up whatever quest they wanted because they didn't realize that there was only a few elite quests and different things like that. And that was just a quest collection system. This is so much more complicated in the sense that you've got to put defenses in. What happens if someone just pops in, clicks some buttons, didn't realize what they were doing? New game mode, didn't realize it was coming. Like, there's so many different things I could see happening, and then it can completely torpedo your clan success. And the rewards will be worth it. I'm almost certain of it. The rewards will be good because they never release game content without good rewards. Like when Centranos came out, we had a new mythical, and we also had Merciless. Like, crazy good rewards. When Hydra came out, we had Stone Skin. Very, very good rewards. When Doom Tower came out, we had all those Forge sets. We had Lethal. Really, really good Forge sets. So I'm almost certain we will get, you know, this release with new rewards we want. And you don't want members of your clan feeling like they're at fault for doing something wrong because they didn't know what they were doing. And it's not even their fault because it happens all the time. You know, you're not always keeping track of what's going on. They don't really put up much time between content releases either. So they kind of just like go, you know, we leak that Siege mode is coming, and within 3 weeks it's out. So if you're not a person that necessarily pays attention to the update stream, you'll log into the game and go, oh, new Siege mode, I wonder what this does. Go in, click some buttons, set my defense, and then before long that defense is now like unoptimal, and it's going to affect the performance of the clan. So that's my fear at the moment. What systems are in place to help a clan leader actually manage this siege? Still dealing with the clan quest problems. I know, right? Well, what I saw, Kirk, in the video was, I think the main central bonuses only the deputies and the clan leaders can do, but the individual points, the individual non-tower defense points, those bonuses could be set by the individuals. Those didn't look like they were locked behind any sort of clan role. Those look set. Which it probably could be equally as important. We don't know. Because again, we don't actually know the details. Because we're all waiting for part 2. They haven't said it's bigger than Centralis. But they have said it's the long-awaited clan versus clan war. So... I'm already thinking, by the way, what I can do on the HH Gaming side to make this game mode easier for people. And I know I've been reached out by a couple of people, one in particular, that's provided a lot of different information and looking for guidance and stuff. We are looking at what we could do to make a tool that's going to make this easier for players to manage, or some sort of resource that leaders can use to help their strategy planning. But again, we haven't done anything yet because once again, I'm like, I don't know what the game mode is. Until I know how players interact with Siege, it's very difficult for me to make a resource, because I need to know what the inputs and outputs are, like how the system works. But if I can, I'm going to try and build something for the team to put out on the website or in the optimizer or something that helps the clan coordinate their sieges. You know, even if it's basic. No, CBC is going to stay. CBC is different. I don't think they will, Das. Honestly, I don't think they will. Gotta remember, what is going to be the biggest driver of revenue for this game mode? When you need champions that the enemy champions than the enemy has, right? It'll drive champion growth. It might even drive systems that new champions will benefit from, mythical champions or something like that. That's what you'll find in this system. It won't be like pay to win in the sense that they won't add things into the game mode that you can buy, like the orbs and stuff. It will be the resources. It'll be the champions you need to do it. Well, we're up to 6.8 billion. Find me a dark room, please. This is killing my soul. No, I'm saying they will profit off it, but it will be profited from the champions. I don't think they'll profit of the direct resources. They won't sell those orbs or those florins. They'll sell. They'll probably sell the champions that benefit for that game mode. That's what I'm saying. I do want the new mythical though. That new mythical is perfect for my arena team. I got to Psycho Dragon. I got a 6-star Trunder, unfortunately. I've said this from the get-go, by the way. I'm only doing this because of my clan. If I had this as a personal choice, I would never do this. This team that you witness in here. But I feel like I have a responsibility to my clan to do this team. Because I can do it. And if I don't do it, they'll lose out. That's my mentality. Oh, we hit 7 billion. Isn't that exciting? I said we might hit 7 billion. Yeah, the new Mythic Champion. I'll pull it up now. You faced someone with Hydra the Maud. Congratulations. You found someone who doesn't know how to do fusions then. I feel like... Do you know what the worst thing is? They have Saoirse in the game, right? And I've never pulled Saoirse out because I feel like it's like a glow stick of wailing. You're just telling everyone you spent a lot of money. And I feel like Hydra the Maud is basically the same thing, but telling everyone you don't know how to play the game properly because you didn't do fusions. And that might be a bit harsh, but that's in my head, that's the reality of the situation. If you have High Mother Maud, you're basically telling everyone that you you don't do fusions, because it's the only way you can get it. It's the only way you can get it. Yeah, exactly, Acrobat. You get a good head start, you think this is easy, and then you just like, you sit there and you go, I'm never going to get Spear Fragments, because what they did, which is very smart of them, is they cut down, over a period of like 5 fusions, they cut down the excess amount of fragments you used to be able to collect. So you used to be able to get like, you know, 20 to 30 over the top. Sometimes, you know, something like 20 to 50, or you could win a lot from tournaments. And what they did bit by bit is they cut down the amount of tournament winning points. So now there's only like 20 fragments or something, or 10 fragments from there. So you just never get any excess fragments from a fusion. So if you're not getting any excess fragments, you're never exchanging any. If you're not exchanging any, you're not going to get it, ever. I think that's what they did. They were very smart about it. It's just impossible. I've literally resigned myself that I will never have that champion in my account. Because I'm not going to sacrifice 8 fusions, give or take. 8 fusions just to get a golden Doom Priest? Like a reviving Doom Priest, you know what I mean? It's just not... It's not worth it. Did you skip a lot of fusions, Crouching? You must have. You skipped a lot, right? You'll probably be able to exchange... You should be able to exchange your Slixus now. They normally wait a month, and then you can exchange them. Yeah, tons. That's it. So, if you skip tons... Don't care at this point. I just want a big payout. We maybe got one more A2 in us. Maybe. Probably not. I just blew the A2 there just to get the full damage potential, because I knew I was coming to the end of turn count. I mean, the Void Legendary should seem better. Theoretically, the Void Legendary should be better. Maybe one more A2. It's very unlikely. I've got to be super lucky. Oh, I get one more. One more A2 to end it out. There we go. Might as well just throw this on here. Oh, I should have A2'd again. I had a refresh. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I just cost myself damage there. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Well. Is it 6.5 billion? How enthusiastic. Oh, hell no, I'm not free regrouping. Just imagine, right? This is how much that dust would benefit me, okay? 6.5 billion. 6529443 It's not exact, but the gloves would give me 20% more damage, okay? So that number would go to 7.8. Actually, it would be more than that. It would be more than that. It's not exact, but... That would go to 7.8 billion. That's how much 20% crit damage is worth on Ascension there. It's basically about 1.4 billion I could have got. Which, if you translate that into Hydra Clash points, is about 2.8 billion more Hydra Clash points. Just 20%. And it would boost Venus's damage, yeah. Well, considering the entire team is actually generating it, 20% on 7.52 is what it would be. So on like 752, it would basically be like 9 billion. And then, of course, that difference being 1.5 times 2, because it's hard mode. Give me 3 billion more Hydra Clash points. No, but it's a rough estimate. It's a rough estimate. It's a rough estimate. It's not 20% total, but it's fairly linear. That's what I'm saying. Because it's just 20% more damage. Crit damage is pretty easy to do because it's fairly linear. If you do like 25% more weaken, it's just 25% more damage, right? It's not quite the same because it's not like 300% times 1.2. You know, it's like 4 times 1.2. It's 4.2. I get what you're saying, but it would add up. It would add quite a lot. It would add quite a lot. It's not exact. It would be about probably like 500 mil, I would say. If you're not going for the fusion green, I wouldn't. There's no point waiting, is there? Go for it. Where does that put us then? Has short on skills dropped his points here? No, not yet. My points haven't dropped in yet. Wait for it. They're coming. There they go. There it goes. All the way to the top. Boom. Oh, I feel gross. I need to take a shower. Is there a bucket I can throw up in? Yeah. Short on skills in the corner. Is crying in a corner somewhere. I'm sure of it. I'm sorry, short on skills. If you're here, I apologize for my poor behavior. I mean, the good news is we're going to come second or first. It doesn't really matter. So... Man, this team's... What's he in? 17 billion on normal. It's a pretty competitive team. Oof, look at that. Oh, wow. Toshiro's a bit of a monster, isn't he? Wow, he's really gone into the Nature's Wrath. Look at that. Duckets has figured out that Nature's Wrath is pretty good, right? Oh, Rankenstein did pretty good. Ooh, that's a powerful team. Look at that. That's pretty competitive. A Falman team? That's kind of curious. Blade Masters matching the Falman. I've not seen Falman do really well. That's an interesting team. Fair play. That is an interesting team. I always like looking at other people's teams. Not their trender teams, their other teams, to see how well they do. Double Terrace. Oh, look. Hey, look. Chris Ailes has got a high Mother Maud. Check that out. Don't see one of them every day. Wait, does Toshiro have... Oh, Toshiro doesn't have Toshiro. Damn. He's got Marius, though. What I do for Sulfurion, though. My Nightmare team needs... Firol or Toshiro. If I'm being honest. What's Pikachu got going on here? Works well team. Oh, here, 2 Hanomrak team. Nice. Shooter. One of the OGs. This team here, pretty solid. None of this trender malarkey. Only good teams built here. 1.48. I was tempted to maybe look at doing something with Turvold, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hack at a brutal level. I really need to figure out what my teams are going to be now, because I was hoping the Trender team can kind of take hard, but take Brute Nightmare, but it really can't, so... Carnifex is doing well. 2.27. Finer is really good with Trender. I really need to get back to Panda on a couple of points as well. I keep forgetting about that. He needs to remind me. It's good scores. It's going to be a tight one, this one. Do I do Hydra team suggestions? Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good at it. I mean, I know what I need, but I always like to cheapen out, which is a problem. My problem is I always want to go aggressive. I always want to get more points than I'm allowed. I wouldn't mind getting a glide card from this though. This dude, man. This dude's pretty good. Increase accuracy, increase defense, and you get Veil. Really, it's kind of a budget option. He's a budget Furl. He's quite good though. Budget Furl. Quite good, but budget. Out of all this pool, it would be Kaimar him. Those are the two that I'd want. I've got the rest. I don't have With It, but these two more than anything else. Right. What time is it? It's 23:40. We could do another Hydra team. We could do. Two Kaimars, like. What do you think about me not getting 4 mythical chests and 40,000 energy? That's pretty unlucky, Elixium. That's pretty unlucky. It should average about 20,000 for those. You would have got some in that 40,000 though, right? I don't use Zara as a helper for that function. No, Psycho. This team is not functional at the moment. I need to find a solution. And it's a real big problem. I feel like the core of the team is good. But I really want to get Marius in this team. I just don't know if 2 damage dealers is enough. I feel like I lack the fear solutions. One of the big interesting things I'm going to be looking at is whether or not I can bring Carnage into one of my teams to spread the debuffs around, because I just don't have many good block buffs options. Yeah. I'm not sure. So I got, like, potentially for Turvold, I can build a new team for, like, Brutal. I've got this team at the moment for Brutal, but I could bring Turvold in. And maybe just drop Mikage completely from Nightmare. I've got Pedrig as an option. I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't. It's meant to. I know I should move it with me. I want to move Garrel out of Nightmare because I find Garrel struggles a little bit on Nightmare in her current build. So I'd like to move Garrel out of Nightmare. And I just don't know how to build the different teams. I've seen Turvold do quite a lot of damage. He's very good damage dealer, but probably better with like an ally attack with lots of buffs. I'm not a fan of Mashled because he outruns his buffs. Because he doesn't do the highest damage anymore, Akash. He's been out. He still outputs good damage, but not anymore. There are more stronger. There's basically more stronger effects in heroes now. Nice, Jonathan. Newt Skarg. Beautiful. Yeah, it's not bad, is it, gentlemen? I feel like at 5-star, I should be able to take a big, good advantage of him. Like, Marius, for my Nightmare team, this feels like a base, okay? This, not necessarily that, this feels like a base. We get Hex, we get 2 Hexes, we get Provoke, we get Decreased Speed, decrease defense, decrease attack, and pony damage. This feels really good. But I need a torment solution because I'm forever tired of fighting this thing and getting feared to death. Which means either I have to bring in Duchess, which I really don't want to do, or I have to bring something else in. Would I use Ragash in Hydra? I would make a 60 Ragash anyway because I think he's so good for Sintranos and he's very good for wave content. You'd be surprised where you need him. He's also not a bad arena nuker. He can't out-damage Michinaki. Nothing out. There is no better defense-based champion than Michinaki in this game. Nothing out-damages Michinaki. In terms of defense-based damage. Marius will win because of enemy max HP, but nothing can. Michinaki is one of the strongest single target damage dealers in the game for Hydra. It's really good. Yeah, I need it for Brutal and Nightmare Lucer. My hard team is just done. It's Trunda. And I always feel like this pairing needs to exist, and the reason why is because every time she A1s, Michinaki A1s. I don't have Harima, unfortunately. I feel like this is why I always put Mikage here, because I feel like Mikage with Michinaki is a good pairing. Marius on Nightmare makes sense. And Archer just gives us like the Hex and the healing stability. So really, I'm left with two spots to deal with block buffs and fear. You know, block buffs and fear. So... You know, block buffs, I got a good option, but I just... How much roughly do you think for Spider 20? Well, you need to do about 154 runs, so... 2,464? About 2,500 on average, because you need to do about 154 runs. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Shayak would be interesting. Although, I don't really feel like Shayak brings you much else. Really? Was he Orc, right? Like, this is really good for Hydra. 25% turn meter fill on a 3-turn cooldown with block buffs. It's very good. This is just a bit pointless. Honestly, this does not help me whatsoever. It's really kind of useless. And this is okay. This Hex is not bad, but it doesn't work for decapitated heads. So, as a pairing with another Hex champion is not bad, but on his own, not great. Ally attacks on targets under Hex. Possibly quite good. He's an option if we get him. He is an option. Marius. You know, Ugi is also a very good option because we get buffs, we get weaken. Because obviously this team at the moment doesn't have weaken. So Ugi is a potential great option. Because we would have A1 block buffs, which is pretty good. Like, you'll get us out quite often because it's on an A1 and we're ally attacking a lot. It's a 100% chance. He's not booked at the moment, though. You know, you always have the Cantra you can throw into it, but she's not consistent. No, the Hex will only place when he gets attacked. Does his Hex work in Curse set? Possibly, yeah. I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Wixwell here. Oh, Short on skills is here. Short, I'm sorry. I apologize. Short, I'm sorry. Airstrid's still in the vault. I'm waiting to pull her. I haven't found an opportune moment to pull her. Maybe. You haven't logged in yet, have you? Maybe don't log in. You don't need to see it. I mean, it's not too bad. Technically, you can do something about it, but... Yeah, the only reason why this makes sense to me is Michinaki's Shadowkin, so it pairs really well with Lady Mikage. It feels like they fit together really nicely. And Archer obviously covers all the provoking and stuff that I need for healing. Marius is just too good not to have in Nightmare. So it's just like, what do we pull this together? So at the moment, we're missing Weaken. We're missing probably increased speed. And we're missing a Veil solution. And we're missing a Fear solution. And we're missing block buffs. It's a lot to find. Does War Master proc extra chance to do stuns and provokes? No, it does not. Only direct damage can proc that set. Right, we still need increased speed somewhere. Ideally with Weaken. It's driving me towards Lydia. I don't want to be there. Like, Uge would solve the weak and block buffs problem, but not the fear problem. Mikage is weakened. Yeah, I'll never change form, though. I do, but Airstrid's still in the vault. Yeah, Zenogre's okay. I don't know if she's good enough damage for... She's not going to survive for this either, because she's not built for... She's really not built for things like... She's squishy. She's squishy. I mean, she'd be alright for Hydra. She might survive. She'd be fast. She's not 100% crit rate, but I think... Does she give crit rate? No, increased crit rate. See, I'd have to have increased crit rate then. Then we're in the realms of increased crit rate. And now I'm like, you know, it's even worse of a problem. Because we don't have increased crit rate because she's built for Fire Knight. She'd be fast. She would be fast. You know, she's built strong. She could go into Hydra. And it would give us Weaken. A Leech. Increased speeds. Give her a save death. I don't really know if it works. It probably doesn't work. And it also interrupts the Michinaki. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really work. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I know Airstrid probably is the answer, but we don't have Airstrid right now. So we have to find a solution without Airstrid. Because I'm not pulling her out right now for no gain whatsoever. I do need to pull her out, though. I've been delaying the inevitable. We have Karato. Karato can do Weaken. 6-star Karato. Wonder what he can do. Problem is, Uge is not booked, so it's not going to work. Oh yeah, Shadowkin as well. Damn it, all the good ones are Shadowkin. Yeah, I could pull Val back in, but... my biggest concern is how unstable the team would be without some sort of support. Like, I feel like this is just a good no-brainer. And then I feel like this is a no-brainer, and then I just find a fair support solution. Maybe I just bring Shamael in. Maybe I just bring a Shamael. I have plenty of them. Maybe that's the answer. We have decreased defense and weaken, decreased attack, provoke, hex, triple damage. Feels good. I mean, we're a bit squishy. That's the only downside. We have no shields. So that's the only risk here, is we are a little bit squishy. We have increased defense and strengthen. We just don't have shields, and I do like a shield. I don't really care about revive, so... It's who do I want in the lead, though? Probably Marius. Oh, he almost hits cap. Wow, that's a bit of a problem. As is that. So we probably have to just play around the startup a little bit to get it to work. That was just my fault there because I used his A2, which is A1. Duke's attack. Still buffs. Only downside is the increased accuracy buff from Pony normalizes the buff differences. So I now have to basically depend on Lightning Gauge. Oh, this is going to hurt. But we're okay. But we have no block buffs on that head on the right. So now we're just going to get killed. Probably from Reflect. We really need to kill this. I probably should have switched form there. See, that's the problem I'm going to have now is buff differences. Because Marius gives increased accuracy. And I was using the increased accuracy from Archer. Might be alright though. Might be able to survive it once. We do have a lot of buff strips, so it's not really a problem. You know, this is fine, because all we could do is just do this. Just strip away the buffs. We can't provoke yet. Can we kill off this head? Seriously. It's sketchy. It's not the best in terms of head provoke. And obviously we have no block buffs, so, you know, and cleanses. Like, these things are problems, but... Can we just get rid of him? Thank you. Reset to meter. Lovely. And obviously, whenever you're Shamael, you always want the Fear Head. So without having the Fear Head out, it is a bit of a problem. But we will get a lot of healing from... we will get a lot of healing from Archer. I mean, it could be alright. We'll just see how the damage goes. Because Pony's damage can ramp up really fast before we even realise it. Nice. This is when it'll get more fun now. Beautiful. This, why not? Might as well AoE, we can. Yeah, Feral is what I'm missing. It's so painful, honestly. Like, the amount of times I've chased a Feral recently, I'm like, that's all I need. This team is dying out for a Feral. Just someone to, like, tie it all together. Because the thing is, Marius damage is so good, you don't not want to have it. It's such a good amount of damage source. And because he can A3 quite a lot as well, so he gets extra turns, he cycles back around to these things so fast. I find his A1 damage quite good with decapitation heads. Like, with Slayer sets, his A1 is equally as good. The only thing is I took the axe, the aura away, which is probably having a bit of an impact in terms of, like, my team, so. Night Acrobat. Boost. Boom, boom, boom. There you see that damage. And we'll never really hit cap with Marius on the Suffering Head. It's too much of a requirement. It's just too much to hit cap with Marius. Like, you probably need 6-star Crushing Ren and hope for the best, but you can still do reasonable amount of damage. I've got him in Cruelty, though, because I feel like he scales Cruelty extremely hard. Really need to get the burns out now. It's the only downside when that happens. The other good thing is, what does he do? Decreases buff duration. So even if I can't control the head of Mischief, I can at least remove the buffs. It's not going to work now because I've got Poison Cloud out, so I have to kill this head on the right very quickly. Of this, that's going to bother me. Oh, that's annoying. Should be able to. Oh, he's not. He's lost Poison Cloud as well. Oh, that is very frustrating. So, I mean, I need to actually boost the accuracy on my Michinaki now because he's resisting a lot. We're actually going to have to switch form here, aren't we? To strip the buffs. We might be in trouble. We have no decreased attack on this head, and he's going to provoke me, and I'm going to be in trouble. I'm in trouble here. Might be dead. Oh, well, we got up. There we go. That's the problem, see? This team is great, but it's not got a lot of shielding, and Michinaki, the moment I moved it out of leader, lost accuracy. Not by much, but enough to be less than what I needed. So I just need to figure out how to stabilize the team a bit more. How much do I need? I don't need much. I just need a bit more. Maybe I can just tweak his accuracy a little bit. What do we got here? Oh, look. There we go. Boom. That's, wow, he is so unoptimized. He really is. These are pretty good. 10, 9, 9, 7, 9, 10. Like, as much as I can get there. It's boosted him up now to 318 plus these extras. Oh man, he's gone in there. I don't know if I need that defense tree, to be honest. I should change this though. It's probably enough. 330. It's only the problem is when the suffering heads out. We'll have to see. I think Archer's better, Lucer. If I don't have Archer, I don't have the healing. That's my concern. I mean, the only reason why I lost that one there was because I didn't have enough accuracy. Okay, we're playing. Made a mistake. Got to turret, block debuff from the Fearhead. I don't need the block debuffs, to be honest. I resisted the decreased attack. As long as he's got decreased attack, this team will be okay. Because I can land the decreased attack on him, and it's they're defensive. So like this team has got a lot of defense-based champions. I knew I was dead the moment I didn't land the decreased attack. Unfortunately. Like here now, for example, I'll land the decreased attack. Even though Poison Cloud's going to go on in a moment, it's fine. It's not a problem, because I know I can survive it without the decreased attack. The only downside is I have to kill this. So this is fine. This is not. This is annoying. Like the reflect buff is a problem. But I can normally survive this because I can just switch form, strip the buff away. By the time Archer takes a turn, which should be next, I should be able to heal. And at this point, I can just proc him for doing whatever I want. The setup is worse as well, because you just got to get the cycle of killing some heads. Because I don't have block buffs in this team, because I don't have Feral. Feral would make it so much easier if I could block the Poison Cloud. I've got to kill the head of the Poison Cloud head first. Now that is not great. Okay, we might lose Shamael here because of the heal reduction. More than anything else. We'll see. That's helped. Killing the Mischief Head has helped. I need to get back to the other form of... Man, I need an extra turn. Thank the Lord I needed the extra turn there. I badly needed the extra turn there. So I can do this. And then I can do that. There's the heal. Lovely. Get some Hex out. Let's get going. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Here we go. 30 million. Boom. 33 million. 34 million. 36.5 million. 38 million. How quickly we can ramp the damage of this team up. We don't want to do that right now. 42 million. 43 million. 49 million. Jeez, like, look how nuts this goes once you get going on some decapitated heads. Like, crazy. Oh, that was fun. Oh, now we're back to the whole awful drama of trying to deal with various different things. Imagine how nuts it would have been when you could use Enfeeble on bosses. The dream that would have been. The absolute dream that would have been. We might as well wait with that A3 right now because it's not great to use. Alright, we're going to block buffs this straight away so he can no longer get his buffs going. We'll just keep hitting this. Keep whacking this. Mischief Head, that's fine. Now we can do this, get decreased attack on. See, that was the problem last transition. we didn't have that cycle to be able to get the thing set up when we needed it to. We can actually provoke now as well because we know we're not going to anything. The only downside is I can't really do any damage at the moment, so now we can. Like, we're still kind of waiting, so I'm not going to A3 right now. Gotta provoke, that's fine. Provoke, that's it. See how little damage that does? I'm fine now. Because I got good stability in my team. Get rid of the provokes. Okay, that reflect over there is not great, to be honest. We're not happy with that. But that's fine, because we can do this. Oh, no, 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 do that. I thought it was going to reduce the duration. I forgot I'm going to kill myself. Silly me. I should have stripped the buff first. Should have stripped the buff first. I was thinking about reducing the duration of the reflect. I forgot, of course, I'm going to kill myself, which is stupid. Mind. We learn. We live, we learn, we move on. Let's whack this for some damage. Thanks. Right, anyway. We live, we learn. Don't do that again. We'll be fine. If we could so please kill the poison cloud head, that would be fantastic. There's one head down. Provoke just in time. Beautifully done. We want to kill this head first. Nice. Reset turn meters. Get some decreased defense going. Boost, and let's get some damage rolling. Let's go. 14 million we started with. Let's see how much we can get by the end of this. Let's get some hex over here. No, we didn't get it. It's fine. 20 million. 24 million. Let's get hex going. 28 million. Not as good as last time. Last time we had 50 or 60 million by this point. We're not getting as many procs. That one did. $41. Still pretty good though. 42 million. That's a bit of a nasty duo. Let's block that one. Let's just do that. Why not? We reached 50 million on the first decapitation cycle. That's pretty good. I mean, this is the worst head possible combination. Especially when Michinaki's landed 0 burns. There's one. There's 2. There's the provoke. Get the reflect whack. That's fine. Wait for the reflect over there. We'll switch form with with Mikage next. We can put this out to get some healing. Let's just get cycling on this Wrath Head. Okay, we'll extend that. There's the Reflect. Now I'm going to be super careful. Because of that. But I really need to get a Reflect buff off. Nice heal. No. Not like last time. Right, okay. Get rid of the Reflect buff. Honestly, it's like trying to babysit my own champions from getting themselves killed. Right. We're good now. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Thanks for dumping a load of poisons on me. Yeah, so as long as I watch the Reflect, this team is okay. There's probably now the number one thing, two things, Reflect and decrease attack on the Wrath Head. As long as I have that under control, we should be okay. Those are the two biggest risks presenting this team, which is far less than what we had when we first started this without Shamael, because before it was like fear, pretty much everything else was a problem. Alright, let's just get this healing. Now I need to switch back, ideally. Lovely. Switch back. Let's get an ally attack going. Decrease. Boom. Lovely. What I really like about Marius is how quickly he can get you back to decapitation mode. A lot of the times with Garrel, I was struggling to get back into the decapitation window. And what Marius is so good at is just powering you there. I think they added something, didn't they? They added a duplicate champion. I don't know which one it is. I really need to get this team. Come on, get me decreased defense. Where's Lydia's decreased defense? Lydia. No more poisons, please. Okay, we'll boost that. Okay, round 2 of the how much damage can we do in the decapitation moment. Lydia's down. We start at 75 million. How much are we going to end with? Let's see. 77 million. We'll A1 because it's more damage. 79 million. 81 million. Decrease speed. 85 million. $90 million. Look at it go. It's beautiful when it runs. Okay, like, we can get some wild attacks here. 98 million. We're going to crest 100 million. Or just 100 million there. Lovely. Gonna provoke out. Oh, why does she always... Has anyone noticed? She always 3% the provoke. It's never the other one. It's always the provoke she misses. Every single time. It's like the Hex is hard-coded. The Hex always lands it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just save everything. It's going to cleanse. Whatever. Let's just try to do as much damage as we can. Oh, it didn't. Oh, that's something. Gives us a chance. Love Maris back, please. I don't really want to do decreased speed, honestly. There's just no point me doing any debuffs at the moment because it's going to cleanse. It might not be this turn, but it'll be the next one. So might as well just wait it out. Just wait it out. Oh, and it is going to do that at the worst possible time, isn't it? Right, I really need the cleanse here. Thank you. Oh, why didn't you cleanse? Oh, right, okay, fine. We'll try and cycle. Okay, if we can't provoke it, we will kill it.
Something feels missing, something's not right. I had it all written, but the
Nearly dead.
dry.
Oh, thank God.
Throw out the past, what do I say?
That was stressful.
All I thought I wanted went running away. One deep breath out, one deep breath in, again, again.
We'll do that. Two down. Round 2 of the decapitation, the sort of decapitation round. Here we go. God, this music is not hype for this moment. Hang on. Yes. Get the drum beats going. Kind of need debuffs though. Let's just get some debuffs going. Enemy max HP. Let's get it going. 126 million. There goes the Torment Head. Just imagine how this is going to be when they actually fix Slayer set. Because I'm doing this with busted Slayer set that isn't doing like the reflected damage. It's doing like 60% of what it should be doing. Here we go, 145 million. I don't want to provoke, ideally. Oh, look at 8. He's nearly up to 1 million damage now. The day they fix Slayer, I'll be able to do that goddamn video. I've been waiting to do this video for 3 months. That's how bad it is. Alright, well, I guess we'll attack this head over here. Let's stop that reflect. I don't want to have anything to deal with that. Provoke. Lovely. Poison Cloud, that's fine. Probably should have done that, but it doesn't matter. I could really do with, like, burning this head here. I'm not gonna lie. Can I get a burn? Thank you. Let's get a burn over here. Nope. Nope. Okay, well, I guess we're just killing this head while we wait then. Yes, it is. There's a reason why I delayed it, Vi. There is a very important reason why I delayed it. For good reasons, don't worry. It's still there. I just delayed it on purpose because I wanted to tie it with another piece of content. You're gone. I mean, this team is doing work. We're going to deal with a bit of incoming damage on this. This team's in a bit of... There's always like moments in time where it's at risk. Right now it's at risk because the debuff's going to spread, which is going to give him increased attack. And I don't have decreased attack out, and there's a Poison Cloud head. And Poison Cloud can dump quite a bit of damage with all these poisons. So you always have to be a little bit careful, especially if like I don't get a lot of healing at the same time. This is why, for example, I run a Hex set even with Archer, so that I always have multiple forms of Hex, so that I can keep the healing going. Right, I want to always have this healing running, so that's why I run it like this. It is blowing a gale out there. Go. I mean, the thing is, Mikage is quite good at clearing away debuffs when she needs to be. She's quite good at it. This one wasn't as efficient, by the way, because we didn't get Torment Head out. So because we didn't get Torment Head out, we haven't been able to cycle Maris as much. Another one down. But we're starting to see now we're getting them down. This is the problem with the Poison Cloud Head. He dumps poisons on you. It's quite nasty. Have they not added one, Akash? They normally do by now. Has there been any mention from playing about the bug where champions stay standing up? You kill them and freeze in the game. It might get fixed in this update. They normally deal with those in updates, to be fair. Okay, Wrath Head. Instantly block buffs. Instantly, the moment I see Wrath Head, it's block buffs. Hex out, ideally. Nice. Well, that's a bit annoying. Nice. Reset the turn meter. Decrease attack. Ah, I made a mistake. Okay. Gotta be careful here now because I did make a mistake. I didn't put decrease attack on that head. And that one mistake I made is going to cost me the run. Oh well, I guess we're doing it without Shamael now. Because he came out without buffs and then got instantly popped because I didn't put decreased attack on this head because I made a mistake. That's annoying. And of course I get Torment Head out straight away. That is annoying. One mistake. One mistake that cost me. No, I don't want to restart. I'm kind of done. It's still going to be a good score anyway, whatever I do. I can deal without having Shamael here. It's not a problem. That was the mistake I made there. I should have decreased attack at this point. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Are you super serious right now? Thank you. Look how bad this team goes the moment I lose 1 ounce of... Get a heal out at least. I'm not over yet, but it's not looking great right now. So obviously Maris is full AoE, which does not help. Ah, she's dead. Well, it was a good run. I just made one mistake. I should have A2 to the right time. But 200 million is good enough. It's annoying because I know we could do it like 400 mil probably. It could do more. I'd say 9 part, it could do so much more. I made one mistake. One mistake. It will on decapitation, Lusa. I know I don't want to though. I'm exhausted. And if I regroup, I'm doing it tomorrow, and I don't want to do it tomorrow. I hate Hydra. I really do. I made one mistake. Yeah, but I could also get like 1.6 billion. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about regrouping. I know. He must be, because yeah, he probably can't cash. I think they'll probably add a demon spawn, I guess. I really hate it doesn't show recently used here. Where did Lydia go? Where did Lydia go? There. That and Shamiel. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. See what the gods show me. But I feel like that's a solid team. I feel like if I pay attention and I don't mess up, that can easily hit 500 mil. Easily. Easily 500 million. If I can get like 4-star pony, we're kicking on. We are kicking on. I might just need to tweak some of the accuracy numbers to basically move it so like it's like that. Because I do want him I want him being the one that gets boosted more often than not. So we get back to it more. So, how does monetization work on live streams? There's ads that pop so often. Sometimes I trigger them, sometimes I don't. Anyone who gets memberships helps as well. But I don't really do it for money. I do it for fun. Do you have some of the champs in the new anti-cloud poison cloud blessing? Yeah, I've got I don't have anyone with the anti-poison cloud, but I do have Lydia in the one for fear, because she always attacks with fear. I was testing that out with her when I didn't used to run a fear counter, but to be honest, she can probably change now. So it's just because I messed up with the decreased attack. If I made sure the decreased attack was on, and if Shamael didn't pop out the moment he landed his attack, I probably would have been fine. The only downside with the team is it's very, very easy to trigger the Wrath Head because I'm doing so much damage. I'm always attacking all the time. It's very easy for me to hit the counterattack. This is why if this team had Firral, I would be so much happier with life. I could put Firral in this team and then I have so much more options. Because Firral would give me block buffs and Firral also gives me damage. That's why he's such a monster, because he would give me the block buffs, the perfect veil, the decreased accuracy, the decreased speed on an A1. It's just like, I could probably run Air Straight Feral and get twice as much stability. So yeah, that is kind of where we're at. Anyway, we'll have to see how it goes. We've got a pretty healthy lead now. If I can put some more numbers up, I can probably get myself up to like 24 bill and cover us. I'm just worried that Auxiliary have still got another 10 billion in the bank, so we'll see where it goes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I've got work to do before I go to bed, so thanks for hanging out as always. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Thursday. Thursday, we'll have Siege info. Well, Thursday, Siege is out. So next stream, we might even do a special stream if there is Siege. We'll see how it goes. I don't know when it's going to go live. We'll find out. Because even if it starts on the 10th, it might not go live till the 11th or the 12th, 13th. We don't really know. Like, Live Arena didn't go live straight away, so we'll see how it goes. But, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Catch you next stream.
Now